Okay, now we're recording.
Hooray!
Hi, Cupcake.
Hi, Kiki.
Hi, Cupcake.
Hooray! Grieve made it.
Yes, made it.
Made it. Is there a joke in there somewhere?
No, not really.
Okay. Hi.
Howdy doody.
I wasn't suddenly awkward or anything.
No, not at all.
Welcome to episode 32 of the Super Happy Fun Abercrombie Party with Kiki, Rose, and Green. Let's stay the fun.
So happy Pantsu Day.
Pantsu Day?
Yep. August 2nd is Pantsu Day.
What the hell is Pantsu?
As in panties.
Oh.
Because 8 is pa or pan, and 2 is su, so it's Pantsu Day.
You would think that my line of work that I would have realized that was today, but nope.
Well, so I think only Japan celebrates it, and only people care about shit like that.
I would totally have celebrated that, would I have known?
Well, we both wore underwear today, so.
Yeah, but that's not different from any other day.
Oh well.
I mean, I have pumpkin butt right now because my underwear is orange.
My Tumblr feed gave me this lovely image in honor of Pantsu Day.
Let's see.
Why would you...
It's clearly the traditional breakfast of Pantsu Day.
Panties on a slice of toast? What?
Yes.
Do those panties have ties on the side?
Yes,
That's
they
just-
do.
What?
I think you confused him.
I've actually...
Panties with ties on the side are like a big thing.
Yeah.
I've never actually come across those.
I don't think we make them here because they're too similar to like bikinis.
Yeah, we have the bathing suits with the ties on the side, but not like actual panties. Not unless you go to like one of those erotic.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I've never seen any of the folks wearing those, and I'm kind of like I need to get in contact with wardrobe, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, side tie is what they're called.
I'm just a little shocked. I didn't even realize they existed, and I feel like kind of an idiot. So I'm going to be over here.
That would be hot in a porn. Get the guy to, or the girl to,
well, it's a big Asian thing, so it's
untie them with their
porn is
teeth.
filled with it.
Oh yeah.
I like that Grieve and I had the same exact thought at the same exact time.
Well, yes. What else are you going to do with side tie penis?
Yeah, and depending on the way that you tie them, they could come completely apart. Like if you don't do the initial crossover the first time before making the bows, if you just do the bows and tie those together, then if you pull it with your teeth, then it just opens.
Yep.
All kinds of awesome.
See, that's what I was thinking. Like, they're not, in that case, they're not meant to stay on. So you just make it, a quick pull.
Yeah.
Yes. It's all about the knot.
It's all about the knot. Oh, and we had the same idea.
Oh, my mind immediately goes to how can these be exploited for more money?
Mm-hmm.
And my mind just lives in the gutter, so
Trust me.
My next thought is to get the biggest stars to wear them and then sell them.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, I need to work for
every
a porn
week
company.
we help this company.
Yes, we do. I'm still waiting for my check.
We don't
You have-
like a contract or anything.
Just go with the joke.
We've freely given him our ideas.
Just go yeah and giggle.
To be fair, a lot of our ideas are just ideas that happen in different mediums already.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
I mean, come on. Thanks to the internet, we can see almost anything.
Yeah. There's a lot of different kinds of porn that I wish I would have never seen.
Well, stop looking in my folder.
What kind of porn is that? I have to know.
Yes. What makes your skin crawl?
What makes my skin crawl? That people with animals.
My bestiality makes
Bestiality?
That makes my skin crawl. I cannot.
To be fair, the only live-action bestiality I've ever seen was technically a documentary about people who were obsessed with miniature horses.
I just really dirty porn.
Like the story that the cautionary tale that always goes around in our business is always about the guy in upstate New York that let himself be penetrated anally by the stud horse and died from being eviscerated.
See, at least people in this documentary had it right. It's miniature horses.
Miniature horses.
Because somebody forgot that the average male horse has a penis about 15 inches long. But hey, whatever, right? Feels good.
It has a long way to go. Dude, a horse's vagina is really deep in there.
It's deep.
It's like put a glove over up to your shoulder, dig it in to get at it, sort of thing, without having to do surgery, and then maybe you'll touch it. Wow. Because horses are big fucking creatures.
Yeah, they are.
I can only imagine how difficult that is on like an elephant or a giraffe.
Oh, I don't even want to think about it.
Blue whales actually have a bone inside of their penis. That's where the word
think we have
dork
a lot of-
comes from.
I don't think we have a lot of blue whales in captivity, though.
Yeah.
To actively know what sort of techniques would be needed.
Although,
Well, I mean, you're talking about an animal with a heart the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, but,
No.
Wow. No, I found out something that makes me, stop every person who ever calls me a dork.
Yes.
I have to stop them. I am not a baby whale's penis. I'm a human being. You can call me a nerd, you can call me a geek. Don't call me a dork.
Many words have different meanings to them.
But it's the same spelling.
Yeah.
And the same pronunciation.
We spell read and read the same way.
Yeah, but neither one of them are dirty.
Honey, Urban Dictionary has shown it doesn't matter what the word actually is. We can make it funny.
Urban Dictionary made the word pineapple dirty.
Okay, duck pond.
I don't want to know.
Okay.
You know that there's no such thing as consensual sex in ducks? It's basically all just rape.
Isn't that the way in quite a few animal species?
Well, I know cats.
Oh, yeah.
And dogs.
Most mammals.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about
some of them
dolphins
are-
is they also have sex for fun, like consensual sex.
They just happen to be raping you.
Yeah. That's
It's like,
obviously-
dolphins are so sweet. He's jerking off on top of you. You know that, right?
Dolphins are perverts.
and they, kill things just as much as any other thing. Aggressively, too.
That's okay.
So yeah, Pantsu Day. Is it really just bestiality that makes your skin crawl with all the things out there?
I can't really think of anything else because
Do I have to look up terms?
because there's out of the live action thing.
We're not just meaning live action. The whole scope of erotica.
No, because if I look at animated things or just drawn, they don't really make my skin crawl because my mind automatically goes to that is fake.
How about not so much skin crawl, but doesn't do it for you?
Doesn't do it?
Yeah.
Well, just regular sex, I guess. Doesn't do it. There has to be something else involved.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for some reason, I'm really, really into yaoi right now.
Yes, you said that.
But I don't like live action gay porn. I don't.
Because it's too real for you?
Maybe that's...
Because they're not all just going, oh, and blushing and stuff, and that's not all cute.
I guess. I don't know.
You know what's really been getting me going lately? It's going to sound really sad. Romantic porn.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's sweet.
That is
Like,
sweet.
I got so turned off by, like, highly produced, with the industry and stuff. I got so sick of, like, highly produced, porn star porn that just general, like, two people who look like they're really into it is way better than the girl going, it's so good. Give it to me deep.
That's cute. That is adorable.
There is a lot of good romance porn out there. It's mostly animated, but still.
Yeah.
The Japanese are really good at it with the live action, too. Like, even the actors, like, even the obvious porn stars are, like, they make it look like they're actually having fun, not that they're, doing it for money. This drives me crazy. We have this horrible thing about it, like, and our people aren't too bad, but there's a lot of it where they're just like, you can just tell that they're doing it for money, and it's like, come on, you can put a little feeling into it.
Yeah.
Give it to me. Like, oh, God, shoot me.
The only live action, like, Asian ones that I've watched, the romantic ones never end in sex.
Well, because you're watching live action dramas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a difference between live action drama and live action porn.
I know.
What I find most interesting with anime now is not the whole, like, spending a series trying to get the girl, but where the series is about what happens when you get the girl and trying to keep the relationship going.
Yeah, a lot of more romance-related animes are about the relationship itself, not the chase.
And you get a lot of, like...
As she shrugs and sticks her tongue out.
I most of the ones that I read, that I watch, they're all getting the person.
Yes.
Either a guy trying to get the guy or the girl trying to get the girl.
Yes, but you keep accidentally stumbling on, like, horrific, this is rape and assault, and somehow sweet.
It is kind of sweet.
It is rape and assault.
I think one of my favorite ones is the one where the Yankee girl falls for the nerd. That one is totally awesome in my opinion. It's like Yandere Kanojo or something like that. And it is the most hilarious thing ever because within like the first chapter, the girl decides she likes him and tells like this nerdy guy that she thinks he's awesome. And it's hilarious because he's such a I wouldn't say an introvert, but like he's very like reserved. And so he just kind of like his whole mental state just implodes when she says this. Because he thinks she's coming to beat him up. And so when she grabs him by the shirt and drags him up and says she loves him, he's just like, ugh! And you see like the steam shoot out his ears, and he's just like, what? So then there's this whole thing about her trying to look tough in front of her gang friends, whatever you want to call it, and them trying to keep it secret from everybody else because, can't have the tough girl in school dating the little nerd.
Oh no.
I want to watch this.
I think it'd be a good anime, actually.
Oh, it's a manga?
Yeah.
Okay, I want it.
Here, I'll just go back to the first page. 1 second. Copy. Paste.
Link open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Awesome. It's cute.
They're reading it.
No, we're not. I was just looking for an image for the post later.
And there's not really much. I went looking for images because I thought it was kind of adorable, but there really isn't. I didn't find much.
Oh, I found something. Okay.
Yay! Do I get to read it now?
Not right now.
Aww.
I just find the idea fun because it seems realistic in the whole idea of opposites attract.
I love the idea of opposites attract.
You mean like a lot of the real world?
Yes, like a lot of the real world. Wait, there's a real world?
That thing you're in right now.
It's the greatest MMORPG ever created.
Mm-hmm.
With over 7 billion players.
Sword Art Online?
No.
I want to buy that, but it's so expensive.
Smack.
Oh my god, I cried. I loved it so much.
Don't say anything. I haven't watched it yet. I have it DVRing every week when it comes on.
Yeah, it's playing on Tsunami. So no say anything.
I'm actually genuinely interested in actually watching it, but I probably will end up watching it. What I am really excited for is that they're gonna have Toonami's already, or Adult Swim has said they're gonna work to try to get Eureka 7 Astral Ocean.
Yeah.
I love the original Eureka 7 to death and back, because it's just, I don't know, it's just it's a show about relationships and like people, like what it means to be an adult. And it's really, I always loved the line about 16 episodes into the 50 episode run when Toho tells Holland, the leader of the Gecko State, captain of the ship, and General Badass Special Forces Commando, that she's pregnant with his baby, and he's just like, oh, well, shit, because he's been a total man-child up to this point, and suddenly he has to wrap his head around the idea that he's going to be somebody's father.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes through this really interesting thing where he's very irritable, and he takes it out on the main character, Renton Thurston, who's like 14 years old at this point, and every time Renton acts out, he just beats the snot out of him, basically beating the aggression out of himself by taking it out on the kid. And finally, like, the other adults of the ship are like, you got to leave him alone. He's a kid. He doesn't, he's going to say things he's going to say and do things that you consider stupid. You need to be an adult. He's like, I know what it means to be an adult. I'm going to be somebody's father. And they're like, what? He's like, nothing. And then when she finally comes out to the rest of the ship that she's pregnant, it's just this big, like, all the women are like, oh, babies. And all the men are like, oh, God, babies. Because I think he's the oldest at 29. Tahoe's 27. Hilda's 26. Like there's like the doctor and the quartermaster are in their 40s, but everybody else are basically people like in their mid to late 20s. And it's just this whole what it means to finally transition completely out of childhood into adulthood. The idea being that age is not the only determinator of what it means to be an adult.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, gotta get you caught up on Doctor Who.
Uh-huh.
You remember where we were?
No.
You are so helpful.
Do you want me to tell you the last full episode that I actually remembered?
Yes.
When they realized who River Song was.
Really?
Yeah.
Have I shown you since then?
You probably have, but that's the last full. Because he sees the cradle.
When's your next day off?
Well, you made me take my purse home, so I don't have my schedule. All I know is I have to start work at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so not tomorrow.
I don't want to go to work at 6 a.m.
Shit, I was complaining about having to go in the afternoon tomorrow.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You should be glad that you live where you live. My reach doesn't reach that far.
You couldn't touch me if you tried.
I don't have to do anything until it's 12.
Challenge accepted.
Kiki never has to do anything ever.
Nope.
Nope.
That's us poor schmucks are working, and Kiki's just like, I think it's time for a nap.
Woo! Nap time!
The only thing that's convenient about that is my schedule is really wacky, and I could either be, going to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, or getting off of work at 12:30 at night, or technically 12:30 in the morning, whichever way you want to look at it.
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
And so it's completely random, but she's always here.
Well, I won't be when the semester starts, but
Close enough.
close enough.
Yeah, close enough.
Oh, come on. Your semester is pliable. We can work through it. I'm just looking forward to the fact that I don't have to go back to school for once in my life.
Woohoo!
Yeah, graduating was kind of a double-edged sword in the sense that, I have to pay loans and shit back, but at the same time, it's like, I don't have to, go to school. All I have to do is go to work, which is a much easier process.
Yeah.
Depends on how you look at it.
Well,
most of the time you pay more.
Most of
let's
the time
keep
you
in
get
mind.
paid, yeah.
Let's keep in mind I was doing both and taking 18 credits, so I'm really happy to not have school on top of work.
Wow.
The people who say, like, back in my day, I had a job where at the same time as I was able to afford college, it's like, college was really much cheaper back then, dude.
Yeah.
And with the amount of credits people take these days, just to get some sort of financial aid or
Yes.
a reasonable loan, depending on how they got it, most of the time, either they don't have time for work or they have no time for sleep.
Or they have their school paid for by family members, like certain fuzzy-headed people that I know.
What?
Are you talking about your guy?
Yeah, I'm talking about my guy.
I was like, I hope you're not talking about me, because I've got loans.
No, your fish hat.
Well, that's fuzzy. That's I was checking.
Oh, no, my guy.
Yeah, my one of my coworkers, he's grandpa left him like $30,000, so that paid for his. And I was just like, I hate you.
To be fair, her guy has only really done mostly community college level stuff and a wee bit of actual college stuff. So his debt is not the same compared to most graduating students.
Yeah, plus he doesn't have to take out any more loans because there's people in his family that are like, oh, you want to go to school this year? Okay, here's like $5,000.
What
or
drove
like
me
$10,000.
What drove me crazy is that in order to basically pay for school, I was living with my folks, and so because of that, until I was 24, they were claiming me on their income tax. So I basically until I was 24, I got smoked on loans because they're like, oh, well, your parents are making, close to $100,000, so they should be paying for your school. I'm like, yeah, but they're not, because that's my problem, not theirs.
It's like, even parents who can supposedly pay for your school, it's like, do you not realize that there are like mortgages and credit cards and general everyday bills?
They don't care.
The food thing, the cars.
Yeah.
Their own well-being.
Oh, no, because your gross income is your income.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even like that, because, what sucked for me was that basically because my parents were claiming me, like, I was legally required to give their income so they combined both of their incomes plus mine on my loan apps, my FAFSAs. I just got completely smoked until I was too old to be claimed, because it'd be like, oh, you guys are making well over $100,000 a year. Your parents should be helping you. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not how it works in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
They're claiming me for a tax break, not because they're actually helping me with anything. Well, they were, but I mean, not anything heavy duty.
I drank that really fast.
And in hindsight, my dad was extremely pissed when I turned 24 and he couldn't claim me anymore. It was nice though, because then I stopped. I mean, I still got federal loans, but they were all unsubsidized, which really sucked.
Oh.
So I ended up with I think it was an additional $5,000 in interest that got capitalized. But it's whatever, it's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, I don't know what, a little while ago they passed through the double interest thing on student loans.
I heard that.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
They just don't want anybody to go to school, do they?
Well, yeah, you keep the masses dumb, they're easier to control.
Well, I mean, it's not even that. They're basically, they're legitimately just, it's a bubble that's gonna burst. It's the next industry, financial sector that's gonna pop. It's just not doable.
Yeah, they're not actually thinking about how money works. They're just thinking about it.
Yeah, they're assholes.
Well, they can just do a job ignoring that a lot of these people have children, and you actually have to have time to do work for the classes you're taking. So
yeah,
it's not like I can both write an essay and do my job at the same time for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not very many people who are crazy like me.
Mm-hmm. Well, not everybody's job involves sitting at a desk or anything either, so.
Yeah.
Believe me, it didn't start that easy. That's something I got later near the end when it was actually really useful to have. I started as a gopher at my job, which is like the worst possible thing to be if you're trying to get work done.
Yeah.
And worked my way up, basically, while going to school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. You win some, you lose some.
Oh, you whore.
Let me see.
She's showing me chocolate when I can't have chocolate.
Why can't you have chocolate?
Because there's no chocolate here.
Oh,
There's chocolate
I thought you meant
syrup.
like she was showing you chocolate, like she had chocolate in her hand and was showing.
No, it was on my Tumblr stream.
Gotcha.
She's mean. Oh, God.
You're so tiny.
Ow, my ears.
You're so tiny. You're tiny.
It's a tiny little owl, yes. Okay, so now I know the only thing that turns her into a squealing little girl. Thanks a lot, Bones.
Oh, anytime I show her owls, she just squeals. You should have seen when I showed her the scout owls from earlier.
Yeah, hang on. That's the wrong channel.
Good job.
Yes. This is where that conversation starts.
Oh, God.
To be fair, they're just scouts. They're not assassins. I need Bones alive. For now.
But they're just owls.
Mm-hmm.
Creepy looking owls.
Well, like any creature, they can look horribly adorable and horrifically creepy from one moment to the next.
Ooh, creepiest owl I've ever seen.
What?
The Secret of Nim.
Yeah,
That's
that
pretty
is
creepy.
horrifying.
That owl just like, whoa.
Such great descriptors you use. Just like, wow. Those young adult book novels you read are certainly improving your vocabulary.
Can I throw something at you?
I'm sure you have the ability to. I cannot guarantee that I will not retaliate, though. Oh, I want a free book, by the way.
I hate you.
Cool.
Goodreads still haven't sent me my last two I won.
To be fair, once again, it's not Goodreads. It's the person who made it. Have you reported them to Goodreads?
I don't know how to report them.
You don't have your thing in here tomorrow? If you have time, come over and I'll show you how to do it.
Sure. Oh, yeah, because I don't have any of my passwords on me. Because Kiki had to make my passwords so impenetrable.
You asked me to make up a password. It is not my fault that you cannot remember it.
I can't remember it because I'm an idiot.
Hip hip hooray.
Yes, hip hip hooray. That's actually the reason why I complain about college so much, is because I know I can't go.
You're not missing much, take my word.
Unless there is actively an industry you want to get into, and by the time you get out of college, maybe there'll be a position open somewhere. Not everybody has to go to college.
If you get fucked like I did and go into an industry that basically got shot right in the foot when the government stopped having money.
Yeah.
Yay, environmental sciences.
Really? You picked environmental sciences?
I have environmental science and hydrogeology. It's an actual
Yeah.
legitimate field, but it really got shot in the foot when that whole sequester thing hit last Christmas.
Well, at least you had an idea of, like, well, no, you knew exactly what you wanted to do. Mine is so just not even generalized.
Well, that's why you get like general prereqs done at community college. You figure out where you might want to go.
Well, because the only idea that I ever had was when I was in high school, I took a record keeping class, and I went, hey, this is fun, and I like auditing and record keeping. That's about it. I'm a boring person.
Most jobs in the world are boring, but they're necessary.
Indeed.
Somebody has to keep the books.
Oh, I love keeping books. It's fun.
Hey, at least you didn't want to be an actuary. Those are my least favorite of all people. Except they have the highest paid of any position.
Yay!
Is that what you want to be now?
What's an actuary?
Those. It can be pared down to as simple as this. These are the guys that determine the odds of things happening. You know, it's a 1 in a 10,000 chance. It's 1 in a million. It's 1 out of 5.
A lot of those statistics. consequences. You know,
They're
thank you.
they're very important for insurance.
I would rather just be a bookkeeper. I would really, really, really much rather be a bookkeeper.
I'll get your CPA.
Is that the associate's degree?
I have no idea. I stayed as far away from business as I could, since it's basically a degree that everyone has, either accounting or business.
It stands for Certified Public Accountant.
Oh no. CPA is what my dad would like me to be, but no, you only needed an associate's degree in accounting to be a certified bookkeeper, which would be nice if I could go to college.
Well, yeah, because when you're bookkeeping, you're not necessarily managing what happens in the accounts, you're just keeping track of the accounts.
Yeah.
You're an actual legitimate bean counter.
Yeah.
I'd love to be a bean counter or an auditor. I love auditing. Auditing is so much fun, although people hate me. Why do people hate auditors?
Because usually
they
you're...
tell them where they did wrong.
Yeah. Auditing is never a good news. It's almost always a bad news.
American culture has made failure such a bad thing that anytime someone's told someone they did something wrong, it's like you've stabbed them in the heart.
Let's put it this way. You never audit anything that's going well. You only audit things that are going badly.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, you're being audited. Oh my god, what did I do?
I don't even mean like tax-wise. I mean in general. If everything is going well, audits don't happen very often. It's when things aren't going well that audits happen.
Or at least you're told of them.
Yeah.
So I like a better, auditing just to make sure that things are going good.
Well,
Yeah, it's called an inventory.
In big businesses, stuff like that's always happening. It's just the regular, non-auditing people tend to not know about it unless something bad happens.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, you exist?
Yeah, I'd love to be one of those people that just sit behind a desk all day with a pile of paperwork and a computer. Oh, and I have to have a calculator that actually has a running tape. I love those things.
Let me put it this way. As the guy who's in charge of operations where I work, I am always all too happy to get the final report from the people doing the work because...
I mean, you didn't have to.
And it's almost always good news. It's been good news for the last 5 years every time we do an inventory.
Terminating part 1. Join us for more fun in part 2. Jabberwock out. Continuing now with part 2.
I'm talking about physical products, but, same basic idea. An inventory is an audit to see how badly off your numbers are.
Mm-hmm.
And we almost always come up finding stuff that we didn't know we had. Stuff we had written off that, got lost and then found when we did a thorough, comb of the warehouse. So that's always good. Because that always means that, you end up, it's like this last year we had $1,000 reserve of stuff that we were willing to, take up to $1,000 worth of loss before we started asking where the product went missing. And we ended up coming up with, we were missing $200 worth of merchandise, but that was because of an inventory accounting error where they said that we had a pallet of something, and it turned out that it never actually got produced and so never got shipped. And our system is set up that if a shipment coming from a vendor or a supplier doesn't get accepted into the warehouse after a certain amount of time, it's auto accepted. It just assumes that if a shipment is made, it's going to arrive. Well, the shipment got made but never arrived. The people sending the product to us, filled out the paperwork to have it shipped, and it never actually got shipped. But because the paperwork went through for the shipment on the FedEx site, like the way our computer system is set up, it automatically accepted it in after like 3 weeks, even though it never actually arrived in our warehouse because they never picked it up.
Wow.
Which was a really fun call to the vendor the next morning when I'm like, "Hi, this is Dr. Cupcake." Actually, in this case, it was, "Hi, this is Director Cupcake. I'm trying to figure out where an entire pallet of pornography went. Maybe you would care to explain to me why I have a start of shipment form with no delivery." And then the company's like, "Oh," like the company that makes the actual physical production of our product goes, "Oh, yeah, that's been here for a month. We were wondering why that never got picked up." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah. So somebody screwed the pooch, and now I've got to figure out who the fuck that person is." Ultimately, it ends up being my fault because, captain of the ship, but, I have to figure out what went wrong. Long story short, it was one of those things where nobody wanted to say anything to their superiors, so I never found out about it because, I'm not checking on every little thing all the time. And had somebody if somebody had just told their boss or just come to me and said, "Hey, so this never actually got shipped," I would have proceeded to call my equivalent at the production company and been like, "Hey, so you never shipped this. Can you call your, manager?" I can't think what shipping input output. I don't remember what the hell that department is called. And shipping and receiving, because I'm an idiot. Yeah, sorry, long-winded thing that basically ended up with me calling a couple people, getting it sorted out, getting the product actually shipped to us, because it actually got made, it just never got shipped. And then having a conversation with the shipping and receiving department in our company, going at the main warehouse, going, "So if this happens again, feel free to fire off an email to me so that I know that this is happening." To which the guy right below me who's in charge of the warehouse goes, "Well, no one ever told me." I'm like, I wonder why. Because apparently people are afraid that they're going to lose their jobs if these kind of fuck-ups come up, except for the fact that it was no one's fault in our company directly. It was, a snafu with shipping and receiving at the people making the product, not getting it to us. ... Cupcake goes on a rampage.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, that's all right. The better thing was having to talk to the people above me going, "So why did this never get taken care of? How do we have such a blaring fault in our..." It wasn't enough money to be any big deal, but they're like, "How do we end up with this whole, one entire pallet is missing from the warehouse and never seems to have been received?" And I'm like, I'm going to get right on that. Cut to 10 minutes later to my office, basically trying not to scream at my equivalent at the production company going, "Why did you not tell us that it didn't get shipped? We didn't know it didn't get shipped." But the guy knew what I was talking about right away. Like, I'm like, "So I'm missing a pallet." He's like, "Oh yeah, that's still sitting in our shipping warehouse." I'm like, "Well, why didn't it get shipped? Why didn't you send it?" "Oh, well, FedEx never came to pick it up." And I'm like, "And you didn't call FedEx?" "Well, we figured you would call when you didn't receive it." No, I would have had anyone told me that it didn't actually show up. This gives you a general idea of what it's like to work for my company when people are afraid to tell anyone that something's happened because I don't want to lose my job. It's like, you're not going to lose your job. In fact, you're more likely to lose your job because no one said anything.
Mm-hmm.
We're running a legit business here. If somebody had said, "Hey, something got screwed up in the warehouse. You mind helping us?" I would have been like, Yes, I do mind. I will be right on it." I mean, do mind in a positive way, not in a negative. Like, I don't want to do that. I meant, like, yes, I want to know about these things because if I know that they're happening, I know how to stop them from happening again, which all keeps us in a job and keeps us getting paid.
Oddly enough, I'd still like to go out there and work. I think it would be fun. Working for his company. I think that would be awesome.
You keep thinking that, sweetheart.
What? Why would I be wrong?
Why would you be right?
I'll just let you two discuss that among yourselves.
Because every once in a while I have to be right.
That's a terrible
Karma.
reason. Karma is not a thing.
Karma's a thing.
It's not a thing.
Lord.
That's not a thing.
What?
Your karma is equivalent to that.
No.
Yes.
Wait. What, the flying spaghetti monster? He's
Yes.
totally real. Fuck off.
You're screwing up my bug catching. You silly hokum. I'm totally not playing Animal Crossing right now.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
of course
are.
not.
It's fireworks season for us people who don't cheat.
Yes. Apparently the new Pikmin is coming out on Sunday, and I have to get it, I guess, according to my friends. They're like, Cupcake, as the only person in our group of friends with the Wii U, you need to be the one to buy this. I'm like, why? I'm not planning on playing it anytime soon. They're like, but we want to see it. I'm like, well, then buy it for me.
Yeah, that's. I mean, did you even play the original Pikmin?
I did. I played 1 and 2.
Did you care for it?
Oh, I love them. It's just that I'm working on my anime pile right now. I'm not in a hurry to spend $60. Not to mention I have a $215 anime order coming this month.
Wow.
They had a really big Funimation sale at one of the websites I frequent, like in May. I think Kiki remembers me doing this.
Yeah.
And I ordered everything that's coming out this month from Funimation because there's a whole bunch of stuff I was interested in. So the actual order was like $260, but because I had the Anime Insider dealio, I saved a whole bunch of money. Which reminds me, I need to renew that the next time I order. I completely forgot that it's expired.
Awesome. I wish I could do that.
See, you just want to get close to the anime collection. Good
Motherfucker,
insight.
everyone wants to get close to my anime collection.
I also would like to make more money.
Well, just because you work at this company does not guarantee you'd make more money.
I'd more than likely make more money than I am right now.
What are you making right now?
$8.40 an hour.
Yeah, you'd be making less money starting pay.
Seriously?
Yeah, we start at minimum wage. I'm not even joking. For our gophers and interns, it's not good pay. Unless you've got a college education, you're not going to be making a lot of money with my company.
Because remember, Bones had to work to get to his position of money.
Yeah, it took me a couple years of basically proving that I was smarter than all the other people I was working with to get promoted up this many times. Actually, it took almost half a decade in hindsight, because it started as a college job, and it still technically is, but it's, well, I mean, not a college job anymore, but that's what it was a job that I could do while I was going to school, since they were flexible about how I did everything. And then once I graduated, they just piled the responsibility on.
You're like, oh, he has free time now? No, he doesn't.
Free time doesn't exist when you have a job. Huzzah. Well, you just have to remember that when they start giving you funds to have a personal assistant, you have to call me and Kiki.
Oh, definitely. If I ever have to hire anybody, I'll let you guys know.
I will move out there. I don't care.
Yeah, Kiki doesn't want to move to the frozen north, despite the fact that it's beautiful here all the time.
Yeah, it's beautiful there all the time.
Okay, so there's about a 6-month period when it's snowing, but other than that, it's great.
Oh, it only snows half the year.
What? It's 45 degrees north latitude. What the fuck do you want? It's a subarctic climate.
That's too cold.
What?
That's too cold.
It's only in like the 30s and 40s in January. It's not that cold.
That's too cold. That's too cold.
You fucking white bread motherfuckers, I tell you what. You don't get to complain about the heat anymore at all.
Okay.
I'm just gonna block you as soon as you complain about the heat.
Even though it was nice today. It's gonna be nice next week.
It was nice today.
Yeah, it was 65 today here. It was beautiful. What? what? It was.
I'd be wearing a sweater.
So would I.
Well, yeah, that's because you guys live in the fucking boiler of America.
I have worn a sweater in like 70-degree weather before.
I don't know if I've worn a sweater in 70.
To be fair, when I was sick, I was wearing a sweater and it was like 90-something outside, but still.
I'm kind of really tempted to open my office window and let the air in. I think I might.
Do
It's stuffy down here. I am. I'm gonna get up right now.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, what do you think we should talk about?
I thought we were talking.
I'm opening the floor to topics. I don't think coughing's a very good topic.
It could be.
Ah, God damn it. Sorry.
Okay, but you're pushing me.
I like pushing.
That's a shame, because I don't.
Alright, that should help cool this place off a little bit.
Yay! Yay! What is the outside weather right now? Because I'm old and I have to know what the weather is.
Yes, you and your cane.
It's 73. It is 76 in the bedroom. How is it hotter?
Let's see what it's going to be tomorrow here.
Extra person here? No, the
We have a,
the air
we have a high of 77 tomorrow.
Our high will be 93. Wow, that's pretty low. Next week's gonna be like mostly 80s. Okay, that's what it said earlier. Now it's mostly low 90s, but still, that's pretty good. Really, it's only terrible when it's in the triple digits. And that's only because it rarely stays in the low triple digits. It's gonna be nice when fall rolls around, except the part where all the shit falls off the trees and you can't breathe.
Yeah.
City of
We're not even gonna have a fall.
Technically, we'll have
We're gonna have a long summer.
Shit
It's
will
gonna
fall off the
skip
trees.
fall and go straight in the winter. Because that's what's been happening.
It will be fall because the crap will be falling off the trees, not because of the temperature.
Pretty much.
My nose is stuffy already. It was a little windy today. And my nose gets all stuffy.
Yeah. Well, even though we're the city of trees, we're also the city of everybody must have a fucking garden. So
Yeah, I hate those people.
don't you yell at me?
I did yawn at you.
Just because I woke up at like 5. I hate you. I didn't actually sleep, so.
That's when I took my last break. It was at 5 o'clock.
Wowee.
Well, I didn't start work until like 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Nice.
But then I didn't go to bed until almost 3 this morning.
I didn't actually get into work until 3:30 today, but I was out at 7, so it works out.
Yeah.
Well, I got paid for the entire day. I did most of it from the house. And by doing most of it from the house, I mean I set an automated reporter up on my computer and then took a nap for a few hours. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. I took my lunch break and slept for a couple hours, got up and continued working from where I left out.
Yeah, you suck. I have to actually leave my house and interact with other people.
Well, sometimes he has to do that.
Usually I'm gone, but a lot of the time I can do most of my stuff right from the house because legitimately most of the stuff doesn't require my presence at work unless it's a meeting. I know how to delegate. My people know what they're doing. If they have any problems, they have my cell phone. I work here in the mornings and go into work in the afternoons. What the hell's the problem?
Yeah.
Look, you're a cashier. Kind of have to be there.
I know, but I'm starting to dislike the, fact that there's other people there.
You poor girl.
Uh-huh. And?
That was the end of my stick. I am going to draw a chibi version of myself eating a hamburger.
Okay.
Har, har, har. Har, har, har.
Can my chibi version of myself be skinnier than me?
That depends on what I'm drawing. This is like for episode 18. This will be my 5th sketch for this title card.
Good God.
Because I keep changing my mind or not liking it.
I just loved your reaction to my updated fish hat picture.
What? Oh, yeah. He sent me a new reference image. Hang on, just a moment.
Yeah, one of the people on Half Forums couldn't believe that I actually owned the hat.
I forget where I'll put things. Huh? That's the old one. That's the old one. There's the new one. Well, it's nice to have a picture of the hat from that angle.
I like your hat.
Yes, and because the first two images for reference he ever sent me also had the hat, he shall forever be in that hat. I don't care if I ever actually see the top of his head.
You're not really missing much. If you've seen, I suppose I could get one without the hat, but the hair is pretty obvious. It's just I have short cropped dark brown hair.
Although the new one's nice because we can see your Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
Dude, why do you have so many pictures of my cats?
You sent them to me for the bookmarks I have not finished.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. She has a whole shitload of pictures of my cats.
Yes, I shared one of them with the internet. Which one was it?
The one where you're stepping on my cat?
No, and I'm not stepping on my cat. It's not my fault that she's attached to my foot.
The one where he's biting your ass?
No, because it was of Suki. This one.
My cat bit her ass. Because there's so many things in that picture.
Yes, your cat has once bitten my ass.
It said Glee on one computer screen. It had Vampire Diaries playing on the other one.
Good Lord.
You could tell that was a girl's computer desk.
Such gender-biased assumptions, even though it was your computer desk.
Yes. And the other thing that made it a girl's, that you're saying such gender assumptions. Hello, there was a tampon box.
Because a guy couldn't just have one on his desk?
No. Why would a guy have a tampon box on his desk?
He's just got a supply in case his girlfriend comes over and has a flow. He's like, here's some tampons.
Or not even girlfriend, just any ladies in his life that might accidentally run out while they're visiting.
You guys are laughing, but I actually kept a box of tampons around when I had a girlfriend.
Where it is.
Oh my god. No, I'm thinking like a guy would keep them like under the sink in the bathroom or something.
Because you're made to assume that all guys are wary of tampons. And like I said, maybe he's very forgetful. And
let me put it this way:
no.
my desk is 10 feet away from where I sit with people when I have friends over in my office space, and I kept them right on my desk when I had a girlfriend because it was easier than hiding them. I just tossed one to her, and she would walk to the bathroom 5 feet farther along so she could go ahead and take care of it. I thought nothing of it.
If anything, we should be teaching them more about what happens down there so they don't wig out when they don't know what's going on.
Hey, to be fair, she only bled on my couch once by surprise.
Oh, God. Poor thing. No,
that's why I started keeping them around, because I felt really bad.
I was reading someone's story somewhere, but it was essentially a guy who was like maybe 16, who was watching a 12-year-old girl who had just gotten her period. She didn't know what the fuck was going on, and he didn't know what the fuck was going on. And it was quite a lot. So he called 911, and when they showed up, they made such fun of him for not understanding what was going on.
Yes, because every guy has all the knowledge on the female menstrual cycle.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say this, but most men don't. I just simply, after the first time it happened with a girl here, I was like, yeah, so what's your brand and strength level of choice? Keep them around.
Well, I just get a multi-pack.
Huh?
I just buy a multi-pack.
Multi-packs are awesome.
That's what I ended up doing, both pads and because I wasn't sure what she preferred, because she was embarrassed as shit. I was like, don't even worry about it. That's why, it's like God invented, removable covers, honestly.
Pardon again. I'm full of pancakes.
You laugh, but it was it was on the thing. I took the seat pillow off, took the cover off, soaked the foam in some bio cleaner, and ran the actual cover itself through the wash a couple times, and it was good as new. You couldn't even tell that it ever happened because I took care of it right away instead of letting it dry. The more embarrassing thing was having to bug my mom to find out where she kept hers, so she would have something.
Yeah, I'm the only woman in this house, because you don't actually live here, who actually still has a menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
Because both my mom and the mother-in-law have gone through menopause.
Oh. And I would keep some of mine here, but I just use yours.
Mm-hmm. And vice versa.
And vice versa. Mine are super frilly girly, though.
Yours aren't super frilly girly. It's just I don't like plastic applicators.
And they're expensive because they actually have rubber around part of it. Oh my god, they're so comfy.
Yes. She prefers plastic applicators. I prefer cardboard. So mine tends to be super cheap.
And I have no opinion in any case because I don't have to worry about it.
Nope.
Yours are cheap because they're uncomfortable.
To you.
Fine.
I was more horrified to find out that there was another level beyond. I think it was Ultra.
Yeah.
Absorbency.
There, yeah.
Like my one lady friend was talking about, like, she's in the medical field, and so she was asking me how much I actually understood about it, because she's always been curious about, because I'm an academic, and she's like, how much do you know about the female menstrual cycle? I'm like, I know it happens like every 3 to 4 weeks and lasts, anywhere from 3 to 5 days on average. And she's like, and then she started explaining in depth like what all the stuff is and what happens, and we were talking about it. She's like, yeah, they used to make these super absorbency level, and I was like, she's like, but then they stopped doing it because women started getting toxic shock syndrome. And so I just out of curiosity, I went to, I think it was Tampax, and I'm looking, and I'm like, there's actually a fifth level above that. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, apparently, like, you can, if you want, you can special order directly from the company. I think it was like Ultra or Super Ultra. I'm like, I can only imagine how bad that must be. Like, they're talking about like how much liquid each one can absorb, and it was like the top, like the most absorbent one, the Super Ultra Max, could absorb, it was like 3 liters of liquid. I was like, Jesus Christ, I'd be going to the doctor if I was bleeding that much.
Some girls are just...
Well, yeah, back before I had found a pill that at least made me semi-regular, I was only having the period once a year, and it was for like the entirety of a month. So there was quite a bit of stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're like a goddamn hyena. 1 month out of the year, and then you're done, but it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, I would not say that was pleasant, nor anything, something other people should try.
I still pretty much have to spend like a whole day just not moving. I can't move.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm extremely happy that I was born with a penis.
Sometimes I wish I was born with.
Being a guy is easy. Everything is easier with being a guy. There's no makeup, no uncomfortable clothing.
Well, unless you want to wear that stuff. To be fair, we don't have to wear makeup.
But it's not required for anything.
Yes, social norms say that we should wear makeup and wear clothing that are stupid as hell.
Let me put it this way: in order for me to go to a wedding, I have to take a shower, wear pants, a shirt, a tie, and possibly leather shoes, depending on how uptight the people are.
Oh, I never ever want to go to a black tie wedding. I don't want to do it.
Black tie? How about a white tie?
Oh god.
Is white tie worse than black tie?
Considering that the actual object of white ties are harder to find than black ties, it's like extra fancy.
I was just saying black tie because black tie usually means like really dressed up.
Yeah, that's general dress up actually. Like that's like beyond business casual.
Well, yeah,
white
the guys
tie.
have to wear tuxes, and the women have to
White
wear
tie is
evening
like
gowns and stuff.
all the extra frills.
Oh, no, thank you.
White tie is the most elaborate. It requires men to wear tailcoats, top hats.
Oh,
I can't
God.
remember.
I think you probably have to wear gloves.
Gloves, yeah.
Vest.
I can't remember what white tie adds that black. Like, black tie is like general formal wear, and then white tie is like crazy. I gotta look it up. Most formal of evening dress code in Western fashion. Used generally only is in the case of state dinners, formal balls, and evening weddings. Chief component for men are a black dress coat, commonly known as an evening tailcoat, white bow tie, white waistcoat, starched wing collar shirt, but women must wear a suitable dress for the occasion, such as a bouffant gown, which I have no idea what that is. Oh, wow. Yeah, have fun with that.
What the hell's a bouffant?
I'm linking you. Hang on. There you go.
Fuck.
Super tailored, extra shit.
Hey, I'd actually be okay with that.
You would, but a lot of women wouldn't.
I love how they actually put, like, quinceañera in there. Because, yeah.
Some people do that. But yeah, it's like hoop-ish skirts with extra frilly bits and
I like that one.
things that are going to be difficult to sit in.
Isn't the quinceañera kind of like it's no different than like debutantes or
It's like a
Pretty
debutante
much,
ball,
yeah.
or
depending on the
like
amount.
bar mitzvah, or I can't think of what the women's version is.
Bat mitzvah.
Bat mitzvah, thank you.
Yeah, except for as far as I know, they don't have a guy version of the quinceañera.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter because this is really just a what's left over of I can marry off my daughter now.
Yeah. Which is one of the reasons why most girls, if it's their quinceañera, they're usually wearing a poofy white dress that is probably a wedding dress that they got from one of the boutiques or something. And then she has a certain number of friends, and they each wear a frilly dress.
Well, yeah,
And then she has to have a date who has to wear a tux. It's a wedding for a 15-year-old.
Well, it's not a wedding. It's a this is how my daughter looks so fancy and nice and respectable our family is. Please marry her.
Silly.
Preaching, confirmation. That's what it was. Confirmation for Christians. Well, Catholics mostly.
I'm so glad I never did that.
I had to do that. That's when I came out as an atheist to my family.
At your confirmation?
After I got confirmed.
Oh.
Just to fuck with them, with the whole spending, $1,000 to get me confirmed and coming out as an atheist. Having been an atheist basically almost the entirety of my teenage years.
I don't even know what it entails. That's all I have left, actually, is I've done everything else. I just needed my confirmation. And, no, my parents were like, you don't go to church, you don't really believe in it. You can leave that one alone. But I always wondered what it entailed.
This is the end of part 2. Stay tuned for part 3. You are now listening to part 3.
As far as it ever was for me, it was a lot of religious study, which ended with I did all this studying. I took this test about sacraments and dogma and all that stuff, and then
It sounds like it's similar to a bar mitzvah where you're it's not just a coming of age thing. You're actually showing that you have faith and knowledge in the
yeah. It's analogous. It says analogous to bar mitzvah. Oh no, analogous to a ceremony also called confirmation in the Jewish religion, which is not to be confused with bar mitzvah. it's like it's basically you become an adult in the eyes of your congregation, because you're proving that you have an understanding of why you believe the things you believe. Which is really stupid to make me, an academic, do that, because I immediately was just like, this is hilariously stupid. There's no way I would ever take this stuff seriously. As I'll say for a third week in a row, I mean, I got confirmed, refused whatever the book is, the catechism, and walked right out the door of the cathedral and down the steps.
Wow.
And that's how my family found out that they had a black sheep in their midst. Well, actually, according to the priest, I was a wolf, but, close enough.
He calls you a wolf?
A wolf in sheep's clothing.
Oh, ouch.
Because I was a liar, because I played along until I got what I needed, and then I immediately made clear my true nature.
Well,
I never... What now?
Oh, no, I was just gonna, my parents were actually perfectly happy that, one, that the priest who baptized me died. They were actually glad when I decided I didn't believe in anything anymore. And they were really glad that I didn't do my confirmation before I decided to stop being Catholic. And they said it was because the priest who had baptized me, and he had also married them. And apparently in the Catholic religion, if a priest really believes in the marriage that he has just performed, he will actually go to the reception. And he went to my parents' reception and had stated that he didn't just believe in the marriage that he had just performed, but he believed that they would raise their children properly, that their children would be good Catholics just like them. And my mom was pretty much like, I am so glad that he's not around to see you like this. And I'm like, really? That sucks. I liked the guy. I think he would have understood if I would have talked to him.
It was a major strike for my family, because my mom works at a Catholic school, so there was a huge fallout when it became clear that one of their own was a wolf hiding among them. I never liked anything of it. I really held no real ill will towards anybody in the church. I just simply thought it was silly and didn't align with my worldviews. And as I've said, my worldviews have continued to diverge farther and farther away from what they believe is correct and what I believe is correct. I've never regretted making clear that I was not one of them.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing, like my parents were really broken up at first, but they got over it. It's not like I'm a bad person. I just don't believe.
Yeah. No, not believing doesn't make you a bad person.
To some people it does.
It just makes you different than some of the people around you.
But,
my mom doesn't get that.
Yeah, you gotta remember, but to the church, I was, basically, I came up through this congregation, and all of a sudden, my mom's what I would call, like, super devout. Like, my parents are pretty grounded in what I would like to call real world reality. But there was a lot of crap. There was a lot of fallout that I didn't even consider when I was 15. When I said, my parents are they're like, where'd you go? You just left after you did what you were supposed to do. I'm like, yeah, because I fulfilled. It was all based around this promise that I had, this verbal agreement I made with my parents that I would continue with this stuff until confirmation, and then if I didn't believe after that, I wasn't gonna. My parents weren't gonna get mad at me if I decided not to go to church anymore. So as soon as I had completed to the letter, which was I got confirmed, I left. I was done. I had no reason to stay. I had completed everything that I had agreed to do, and I was done. I was going home. As far as I was concerned, I had completed the agreement that we had set up, that I would not bitch, moan, or not complete this stuff. And if after I was confirmed, I didn't believe I wouldn't be required to continue. And you know what? After I was confirmed, I didn't believe in it, so I didn't continue. I walked out of the cathedral, I walked down the steps, got in my car, went and got some dinner, went home. Done.
Awesome.
Yeah, my dad wasn't a fan of the Catholic Church he was forced to go to.
A lot of people are not a fan of any Catholic church.
Well, no,
We're boring.
what do you call the guy in charge? Do you call him Father in the Catholic Church?
Yeah.
Okay. He called him and his siblings bastards because he didn't believe that his parents were married and they were legally married. Because she was Jewish, his mother.
Oh, yeah, they have a thing about people from different religions being married to each other. Because apparently, like, my mom was baptized in a different religion than my father. My mom had to pretty much become Catholic to marry my father in a Catholic church, and she had to promise to raise her children Catholic.
I'm not positive where they got married, but yeah, I don't think she like officially ever converted because they still practiced Jewish traditions as well. They were they raised them in both, but they went to a Catholic church. I don't think there was a synagogue or anything.
Yeah, as far as Catholicism is concerned, it's either you are Catholic or get the hell out of my church.
Mm-hmm.
Fun thing to realize, I was baptized Catholic, but only my mother is actually Catholic.
Awesome.
My dad was raised in a Lutheran household. Like, his grandmother was Catholic, but his father was his mother and father were Lutheran. Oh, his mother was Lutheran, so by default, his father, went to a Lutheran church. I guess, in the sounds of it.
Well, growing up, my dad didn't consider himself Catholic because it was a horrific environment.
The more amazing thing, my family, my parents have been married since I believe 1982. It was only in the last few years that the church that my mother went to actually recognized them as being married. Because they were not married in a Catholic church. They were married by a justice of the peace in fucking Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
How dare they?
Yeah. Assholes.
Yeah.
So by definition, I was, I think, a bastard in the eyes of the church.
Uh-huh.
That's okay.
Hell, it was explained to me when I was a kid that I was bastard. Because my parents were not married when I was conceived.
Well, yeah, you're a bastard in the general sense because they weren't legally married when you were born.
Well, no, they weren't even together. My mom was married to somebody else.
Yes.
My mother, the harlot, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo-woo.
That's why your sister is your half-sister.
Uh-huh. And that's why I'm a better person. See, my sister took all of my mother's stories and went, hey, that sounds like fun. I took all my mother's stories and went, wow, you're dirty. I'm not going to be like you.
To be fair, it's not like the man she was married to was a fucking saint.
Oh, hell no. But see, I would have gotten a divorce before sleeping with somebody else. I wouldn't have gone, slept with somebody else, had a kid, then had a kid with my husband, and then got the divorce.
Well, that's just because you and your mother are different people.
I'm smarter. That's the difference. I'm smarter.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
What?
None of your coffin.
Just that explanation. Just, oh my God.
Jerry.
I've never ceased to be amazed by organized religion. I usually just kind of nod and move along.
Well, my dad's parents got divorced mostly because of the strain of their lives being torn apart because they were accused of communism and forced to move to Guam. Mm-hmm. They worked on the Manhattan Project and they were upright citizens. No, they're communists. What?
Yep.
But
everybody was a communist back then.
Lives.
What is it? I saw a movie. Who did it have in it? People.
I assume they were people.
Actually, I think Tom Hanks is in it. The Majestic? Is that what it's called?
The Majestic is something with Drew Carey, isn't it? Not
Is
Drew
it-
Carey.
Is
wow.
it Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Yes, his really good dramatic movie that nobody likes.
Well, isn't
Well,
it
one
like
of his earlier good dramatic movies.
his character
His
gets
accused of communism,
he
drives off
takes
a
gets
bridge
into
or
an
something,
accident, and
has
loses
temporary
his
amnesia,
memory,
yeah.
and that was a very good example of like happens all the freaking time.
just because he went to a party.
Just because he went to a party.
Even though, nobody really should have cared who was a communist. But
Oh no, we had to care who was.
if I had a time machine, I would go punch some people.
And we would
Punch
be
them good.
completely different now.
Yes. I might not exist if I did that.
Exactly. Although I would love to go back in time and just slap my mom. That would be awesome. I don't care if I ended up not existing
Well, then,
in this
depending
timeline.
on what time theory we're using, then we never would have slapped her.
Why do you have to confuse me?
It's like,
Because it's
what
easy.
theory of time travel are we using here?
Because it's easy. That's why you have to confuse me.
Let's go with that one.
Because I might as well be blonde. In the bad sense of the word. The bad sense of the word. Don't hit me.
Come
Don't hit
closer.
me.
Come closer.
Don't hit me. Cupcake, she hit me.
I barely touched you. No. Stop it. And I want to see Pacific Realm. What?
Okay.
Okay, what?
You said you wanted to see something? Okay.
Yes, I do.
Did he fall asleep?
I don't know.
Or is he just sitting there enjoying listening to our weird conversation?
Are we really being that weird?
I don't know. Cupcake.
You rang?
You just wanted to do that.
Maybe.
You were being too quiet.
Yes, you know her. She hates quiet.
I hate quiet.
Not that I'm fond of quiet, but I don't need constant human jibber jabbing going on.
I do.
Wait. What? The
What?
fuck?
What?
What?
Hang on 1 second. Alright. So the reason why I was quiet, I was watching a gentleman who I believe is a scientist colleague of one of my old college professors, talking to a couple of Jehovah's Witnesses. And he was trying to get them to explain to him what they believe faith is. Forget God as a concept. What is faith?
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, it's belief in something, that it's assured belief that something will happen, even if you don't know if it will or not. And they said, well, the Grand Canyon is proof of faith and of a creator, because something like that doesn't just show up. And I immediately went, but canyons are created by the flow of rivers meandering across the landscape.
Mm-hmm.
This is something we've actually watched happen. I mean, not on that scale. That's tens of thousands of years for something that size to happen. But I mean, that's how you get river valleys, because the river slowly but surely eats down the sides of the shore, and you eventually get a river way down deep, and there's this valley around where the river is. That's not proof of a creator. That's just proof that moving water scrapes the earth away.
Didn't Bill O'Reilly say that the rise and fall of the moon, or something about the ins and out of the tide, were proof of it?
You can't explain where the tides come from.
Yes, there we go. It's like,
Is that the
Yeah.
gravity from the moon, or it has something to do with...
Yes, the gravitational effect, force, attraction of the moon as it passes around the earth causes the tides to go in and out depending on its position relative to the shoreline you're at.
So it's only proof of science. It's not, well, not just proof of science, but proof of nature, but it doesn't prove God.
science is just our understanding of nature.
Mm-hmm. But nature is nature. Nature doesn't have anything to do with some invisible being pulling strings.
Yes.
Their argument, basically, what they're arguing is they are not educated or intelligent enough to understand the concept of where river valleys come from.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I learned that in the 4th grade.
Yes,
I know.
the fact that they learned it doesn't mean that they can mentally conceive of the idea that a river can exist that long and do that kind of damage to the landscape.
Isn't
Most
there?
people.
Yeah.
What now?
I was gonna say, isn't there like a beach of glass somewhere?
Oh, you're talking about in Washington State where all the glass bottles washed up and got worn down into little pebbles?
Is that Washington State?
I believe it's Washington. It might be Oregon. It's up on the western seaboard. Maybe it was California.
I don't think it's California. And Oregon?
Oregon?
What?
Remember, he's from a different part of America. They have different dialects. We say Oregon. He apparently says Oregon. I'm sorry, we've never heard it said like that. It was a little odd.
Isn't it an A? Isn't it an O? Well, then you're supposed to say Oregon.
I think people over here just say Oregon.
Yeah, but then it's being pronounced incorrectly.
Have you seen how Arkansas is spelled and how it should just be Arkansas?
Yeah, Arkansas. Yeah.
And you know phonetics mean almost
Actually, it's
nothing.
pronounced Arkansas.
Is it saws?
Saws.
Arkansas.
I'm not even joking.
Isn't that because there was a debate between two people and the one guy won?
Wow, but that does sound familiar.
Okay,
Well, it's one of those potato.
Where is the glass beach?
Potato, tomato. Let's call the whole thing on.
GIF and GIF. The dictionary says both are fine. I don't care what the fucking creator of the word says. The dictionary says GIF or GIF is fine.
GIF or GIF?
It's the file extension for animated images.
Oh.
GIF.
Yeah, it's a GIF.
Well, it's also pronounced GIF, but the creator of the file extension says that it's supposed to be GIF. The dictionary says either way. Well,
okay, my bad. It is in California.
It is in California? Well, then that makes sense. Fort Bragg.
I was just up there.
To be fair, every time I'm up there, it's usually for a funeral. So.
It's a beach in
Never going up there again?
I can't even say that. McCritcher Straight Park?
Yeah, whenever I go up there, I'm always like actually in the town, never near the beaches. Actually, I don't think I've ever actually seen the beach, but I've gone up there.
Oh, they're so pretty.
I don't care. I have terrible memories of that place. I never want to go back.
And why would you?
I want to go to San Francisco.
Well, one of the little towns around San Francisco.
And I want to go to Santa Cruz. Don't ask why. I don't know.
To go to the beach boardwalk? Because that's
maybe just because
fun.
I've never actually gone.
Dude, the boardwalk is so much fun.
I've never been. I've never been anywhere.
No, mostly because you don't actually have to do anything associated with boardwalk. You can just use it to go to the beach.
But no, now I want to go to that beach.
I think I can at least get you images.
It's not the same.
Yeah. Because of the water balls, it's just worn away to where it's little pebbles like sand.
I want to go.
Well, you have fun with that.
Ow.
Sorry.
No, I have a thing.
You have a pimple.
I don't know if it's been hot. They tried to. You're gonna hurt me. You're gonna hurt me. Ah! There you go. That hurt. Oh my god.
The tiny ones tend to.
I'm gonna cry.
There's a glass beach inn? Of course there is. Are you trying to choke yourself?
Joji wants to go to Santa Cruz.
Good for him. Is he gonna pay for the rest of us?
No, for some reason he thinks it's not going to cost that much.
No. Well, okay. If we took like everything you could ever possibly want, and money for parking, yes. If he actively wanted to do shit on the boardwalk, no. Because you don't gotta pay to go to the beach, but to do anything / like get food and shit, it's expensive. And you have to pay for parking. Ew. Well, it's a popular place, and if people just go there for the beach, they still need money for like cleaning and whatnot.
Can't we just go to an amusement park?
That also requires money.
I know, but it sounds like it would be cheaper.
Possibly, it depends on where we go.
Everybody likes my idea.
I prefer the amusement parks where you pay to get in, and then everything except for like food and shit is free.
Six Flags!
I haven't been to Six Flags in years, but I would be terrible at amusement parks because I won't go on most of the rides anymore.
Nobody will go on a roller coaster with me. Everybody sucks.
It's because we're old and broken down.
Yeah, well, technically I'm old and broken down too, but I still like roller coasters.
I'd go on a log ride with you. That's because they tend to be short.
You suck.
I really can't do roller coasters. Most high activity thingies I would want to do. I'd go on that drop doohickey. That'd probably be fun.
You're like,
water slides out?
Yeah, but like I said, it's shorter.
What?
No, water slides aren't out.
Well, then you're fine. As long as you're
Yeah.
cool with water slides, you're a
Roller
winner in my book.
coasters are just too long. That, and I didn't like them when I was younger anyway, so. I love roller coasters.
I miss going on water slides. Oh god, they were so much fun.
I would love to go to a water park. I would spend most of the day there on the lazy stream thing.
Yes.
I've never been to a water park.
You've never? Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you know places like Sunsplash and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I never ever. The closest I've gotten is the ride at Six Flags that splashes.
Mm-hmm.
Because one time I was accidentally standing on the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
When the log ride came underneath and it splashed up, I got completely soaked. My mom was all like, I brought you an extra pair of clothes just in case. And I'm like, you knew that I was going to be dumb enough to stand on the bridge, didn't you?
Yep.
And she goes, yep. Awesome. So, yeah.
Or if I had the money, we'd totally go to a water place. Maybe next year.
But I'm going to be even fatter next year.
How could you be even more fat?
Why? Have we suddenly stopped exercising and have you done nothing but eat?
I did realize that I need to go on a diet. So I've been eating a lot of junk today that I probably shouldn't, because starting Monday I'm going to go on a diet.
Okay, but you realize eating the junk beforehand was a terrible idea, right? And that your diet should merely be limitations of those things, because I know you will just sneak shit.
I will not.
Here's the whole deal. Don't go on a diet. Diets are short term. You fall
Frankly-
off of diets. You need to make a lifestyle change, i.e. a permanent change in the way you eat. Take it from a guy who just spent the last year losing 55 pounds.
That would be awesome.
If anything, you need to eat more greens.
No, you don't understand. I eat the same shit I used to eat. I just eat less of it. You're laughing, I'm not joking. No exercise, just changed the way I ate. Lost 55 pounds in a year.
Awesome. I could never get rid of soda.
I didn't get rid of soda.
Just drink less.
I know.
Just like drink less energy drinks.
I know what I really need to get rid of, like right now, though.
The cigarette smoking?
Fuck you. I'm not going to get rid of the drinking either.
Actually, that'd be the fastest way to lose weight.
Fuck you too.
I'm not joking.
Sometimes I need alcohol to get through my day.
That's fine, just don't drink a lot of it. How much alcohol are you consuming on a daily basis?
I wouldn't say a lot.
No.
How much are you consuming? It's a simple question.
Actually, I have no idea what you're consuming daily.
In the average week, I can drink.
Oh, no. How much a
Sometimes I
day?
skip a day. Sometimes I skip a day, so you have to go by the week.
Okay, imagine this is a day where you're drinking something.
Oh, a bottle of wine.
Okay,
Yeah, do half a bottle. You do realize a bottle of wine is like 3,000 calories, right? It's like a pound of fat.
Count calories.
Okay, I'm not saying get obsessive about calories, but realize the things that have giant amounts of calories. That
Wine is liquid bread.
Oh, you mean like the box of Hostess cupcakes that are in my desk?
Well, as long as you don't go through the entire box in like a day or...
Here's what you need to understand. Equivalently, when you drink an entire bottle of wine, you're eating an entire loaf of white bread in a sitting.
I like bread. Yes, but bread is mostly calories. That's why for centuries it was a big part of our diet.
It still is. Are you kidding me?
Because it's an easy place to get calories from.
Carbohydrates are awesome.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're not like running a fucking marathon, so drink less wine.
How many times a day do you eat?
Maybe 2.
Okay, how much are you eating at each meal?
I probably eat the most at dinner because it's the only time I actually get a chance to sit down and have like a full meal.
All right, so how much do you eat?
I wouldn't say she would know exactly.
I would not know exactly. If it's really me, I usually go back for seconds.
What's your favorite meal?
Oh, that's a tough one.
What do you like to eat?
Pasta.
Okay. How much pasta do you eat on average? How big is the bowl? How big is the plate?
Think of an average cereal bowl.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fill it up.
Okay.
Not just to the top rim, but make a nice little
do you
mound
know
on
what
the
an
top.
average cereal bowl is?
Yeah, it's those bowls I have.
So you're talking like the size of like a Cool Whip bowl or like the size of a small cereal bowl?
Maybe a small cereal bowl, since she's giving me weird looks.
No, I mean, I legitimately need to know. Like, you don't have to feel bad. I'm trying to gauge what your intake is like.
Well, I don't know because I don't like measure or weigh anything.
You don't have to measure or weigh. It's a general sizing thing. It's it's an average size cereal bowl. So like smaller than a Cool Whip bowl, but bigger than like say a fruit bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what fruit bowls look like? They look like they're like a little, like they're either a little ceramic or glass, like bowl, about an inch wide in diameter.
Yeah.
When I say fruit bowl, I don't mean like the kind you leave on your table. I mean like the kind like when you like are portioning out fruit. It's a little like ingredient dish almost.
Yeah.
So it's the medium-sized one in between those two. So it's not a large bowl, but it's not a small bowl. It's a medium-sized cereal bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, so you fill it up to heaping, like an inch above the rim?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what? Just pasta?
It's usually pasta and some sort of sauce. So it's either pasta and tomato sauce, or it's pasta and Alfredo sauce, or my favorite thing in the world, pasta and just Parmesan cheese.
Okay, none of those are terrible. Is that all you're eating?
She's not counting like snacks and shit.
Yeah, you need to count that. When somebody asks you how many times you eat a day, you're not supposed to leave out the times you snack.
About meals.
Okay, so lunch is a Lunchable, and breaks is a thing, one of those little things of goldfish crackers.
Little things of, like, you mean like a kid-sized like snack container full?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is only how you eat on work days, though.
That's how I eat on work days. Yeah.
I've seen how you eat on work days.
Right. Wait. So stop. So you don't do breakfast.
No.
Okay. What do you drink on a normal day?
Day I'm working, or
we're gonna start with working. We'll get to the non-working days. 'Cause I have a feeling we're gonna find where you're taking all your calories in. But when you're working on a working day, what are you drinking?
He's just gonna find out the calories. It's usually a bottle of water.
Okay.
An amp.
Okay.
A bottle of soda.
Okay.
And that's while I'm at work.
Okay, and that's the entire work day.
Yeah.
One of each.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not that bad. That's a decent amount of calories. Like if you went to one of either of the last two, you would cut probably 500 calories out of your day.
Yeah. And then when I get home, it's usually like a couple of glasses of wine or a couple of glasses of soda. If I don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Because I like to leave at least anywhere between 8 and 10 hours before I have to go to work.
Okay.
But if by the time I get home and I get settled down and everything, if I don't have that 8 to 10 hours, then I won't have any alcohol. I'll just have soda, because soda doesn't make me, it doesn't make me hyper. If anything, it's just like a normal person drinking water. It doesn't do anything. I just drink it for flavor.
When you say you drink a glass of soda or a glass of wine, how big are these glasses? Are they standard sized tall glasses? Are they like giant beer mugs?
Is this an 8 ounce or like a 12 ounce?
Well, what's it look like?
Standard drinking glass size.
What's a standard drinking glass?
Like the tall cylindrical glasses?
Yeah, she's pointing at one of those.
Those are about 16 ounces if you fill them to the brim.
Oh, okay, those.
And how do you fill it all the way up? Do you fill it halfway up?
Probably just below the rim.
So you're getting 16 ounce. You're doing 2 16-ounce pops after work. Or 2... Is that the equivalent for the wine as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Or if we don't have soda and I don't have enough time for wine or I don't have any wine, I drink juice.
Okay.
Like sometimes Minute Maid, sometimes if we don't have that, I drink Kool-Aid or I just drink water.
Yep.
This is the end of part 3. Stay tuned for part 4. This is part 4.
It just really depends on what's at home.
Okay, so that's your liquid intake for the day.
Pretty much.
Okay, and then your food intake on average is like a bowl of pasta with some type of sauce on top.
Oh, well, sometimes if it's yummy, more than one bowl.
It's the same size?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've tested it. If it's really yummy, I can have up to 4 bowls of pasta in one sitting.
Okay. And these are on work days?
Actually, the pasta thing is like any day.
Okay.
But sometimes we don't have pasta. Sometimes we have rice.
Yeah, she's just saying that pasta is her favorite dish. Not
yeah, well, I'm trying to work out her intake because she's not measuring, so you can work out general proportions just by knowing what people's average diets look like.
Oh, I will eat pasta. If it is there, I will.
So pasta, rice, like what else are your average things you have on a daily basis?
Chicken,
beef, pork.
I mean, legitimately, if you're draining the fat off, you can eat as much meat as you want. It's They tell you to keep it down because red meat is bad for you, but the reality is like as long as you're not letting it sit in the fat, it's not gonna hurt you unless you're eating like pounds and pounds and pounds of ground beef a day.
Well, I don't just drain it; I rinse it off too.
All right, so there's a decent of like half a pound of meat a day, or you think more?
Oh no,
not even that much. Like sometimes I only cook about a pound, and then that's divided between people.
Yeah,
I'd say I only have about like maybe a third or a fourth.
All right, so you keep your meat intake's pretty low.
Mm-hmm. And I eat a lot of like the goldfish crackers are a lot right now. I'm like obsessed with goldfish crackers.
Well, that's because you work at Walmart and you have easy access to them.
They're giant boxes of goldfish.
Awesome. All right. So you said you usually have Lunchables for lunch when you're at work, and then it's some sort of bread. Well, not bread. It's a grain for dinner. Rice, noodles, a little bit of meat. how much are you getting for vegetables and fruit?
We don't usually have fruit.
Okay, so no fruit.
Like
Occasionally you get
closest-
fruit juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think most of the times I see you eat fruit is because I shoved it at you.
Vegetables, same?
Vegetables. Most of the time I try to make it's not making, it's heating up a can of corn or a can of green beans, and that's divided between people. But
Yeah.
see, I like corn and green beans, so I have a good share of it.
Yeah.
But that's not
So-
a daily thing.
So every other day or every 3 days?
It'd probably be a better obsession. I said that really wrong. It's
Jeez, how do people speak out there? I never heard it said that way before.
wow. Okay.
It's a better assumption that
Once a week?
Every 3 to 4 days.
Every 3, so about once a week.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that'd be twice a week, give or take. So you get probably a serving or 2 servings of vegetables. So that's, I mean, vegetables and fruit don't really count for anything, despite what they say. Like, Americans don't get a lot of either, so that's not a problem. So you get a strong basis in grains. You get a little bit of meat, not a lot of fruit and vegetables. How's the dairy? What do you do for dairy? Anything? No.
I'm thinking.
I
When
don't
was the
know.
last time I had a glass of milk?
Well,
It's not just milk. It's milk, cheese, yogurt, cottage cheese.
I would say she has more cheese. Than
Oh, I
any
love
other thing.
cheese. I actually ate like almost an entire half a block of cheese by myself yesterday.
Yeah.
Like
It's like I
half
got
a commercial block or like half a 1 pound block?
half of a 1 pound block
Okay.
because that was my
Because
snack.
a block of cheese is a couple different meanings. You're talking half a commercial block?
No,
Like,
no.
holy shit, that's like 10 pounds of cheese.
When we say a block of cheese, we mean those 1 pound blocks.
The little rectangular blocks you buy at the grocery store.
Yeah,
So you ate half a pound of cheese, which isn't terrible. That's only like 400 calories.
and that was my snack.
Wait, are those only 1 pound?
The one I bought's only 1 pound.
Okay.
The little blocks are a 1 pound. They have bigger 5 pound blocks. Then there's also 10 pound and 20 pound blocks.
Well, we tend to buy like 5 pounds.
And that all sounds very yummy. Sharp
Terrible.
cheddar. Oh,
So, how often are you doing multiple servings of food for dinner? Like, you're saying sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 2. Once in a blue moon is 4.
it just mainly depends on how many people are eating,
Yeah,
how much everybody liked it,
yeah,
because I serve everybody else before I serve myself.
yeah. So, on average, how often would you say you're doing more than 1 bowl?
3 to 4 times a week.
And how often?
I don't
and how
cook
much?
very well.
Okay, then so we'll go with that. So 3 to 4 times, you're having what? 2 bowls, 3 bowls, 4 bowls?
Usually there's only enough for 2.
So you're averaging about 2 bowls.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
This whole episode turned into let's figure out how to help Grieve lose weight.
Well, it's
Well, you were complaining, so I'm
less.
trying to help you as somebody who's
To
just
be
gone
fair,
through it.
she's not. I mean, she's overweight, but not like so terribly so that this is a big concern. She just has that ideal body figure still ingrained in her head that any little wiggle or any push pop is a horrific thing to her.
You try growing up with a sister that's a model and a mother who's overbearing.
No,
Let's see how you turn
glad
out.
with my parents. I'm not glad with my
Sisters.
sisters, but I mean, I had an awesome brother.
You do have an awesome brother.
Yes, he's still
very
awesome.
nice. And I have an awesome fake family.
We're not your fake family. Your
Okay.
other family is your
I
fake family.
have an awesome extended family.
All right,
now
so
let's talk about those non-work days stuff.
so back to what we were talking about.
Where I have
So how
sometimes-
Grieve, how often are you snacking a day?
on non-work days. Jeez,
No, we're still working on work days. We haven't moved.
Oh, on work days?
Yeah.
I just have a snack on my 2 15-minute breaks, and then I eat my lunch.
Okay, so you have you go to work, you have a snack, you have lunch, you have another snack, you come home, you have dinner?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we got that figured out. We figured out what you're taking in at each eating time.
And tonight, dinner was 4 slices of pepperoni pizza.
Nothing wrong with that. No, there's not. That's what I average. There's nothing wrong with that.
Stop looking at your stomach. There is nothing wrong with it.
All right. So, now the question becomes, what do you eat on a non-work day? Since I got the distinct feeling from Kiki that it's a lot more.
It depends on what she's doing on that non-work day.
Yeah, it really depends on what I'm doing.
Just take an average, okay? I understand the concept that it varies from day to day. It's the same for me. It's the same for everyone. But on average, what would you say you're taking in on a non-work day?
Whatever she can get her hands on.
So you're just scarfing. You're binging on anything you can get your hands on.
Especially if she doesn't have to do a lot of moving around.
I pretty much just sit at my computer desk and eat
and drink.
And drink.
Okay.
If I don't have to go anywhere, I don't have to do anything.
Yes.
I just sit and read things at my computer or watch things at my computer and oh, look, there's a bag of chips. Oh,
you are the same way I was. This is what I did. This is what I basically did today while I was working. I sat at my desk and just, drank Kool-Aid and worked on stuff and watched YouTube while I worked.
Just to be fair, there's nothing wrong with sitting around and having time on your breaks. Just don't eat the whole thing of chips.
Here's the whole deal. Grieve is the average American.
Yeah.
It's not what she eats, it's how much she eats and drinks.
Yeah.
You want a big surprise? Cut everything you're eating in half. Watch the weight come off. You can eat the exact same shit you're eating. Just make a conscious effort to eat half as much.
I have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Fine, you win this round. You're exercising tomorrow, though.
I know.
Okay.
You don't ever have to exercise if you don't want to. Just cut the amount you're eating.
The exercise isn't for weight loss. It's to regain mobility.
You may, depending on how bad you really feel about it, it might actually be better to work on your eating habits, then worry about the exercise once you start losing the weight, since it's easier to exercise when you don't have that extra weight. It actually goes for both of you.
He's talking to you, too.
Yeah, but
she is losing weight. I hate her.
Yeah, that's because she's been talking to me, and I've been giving her all these tips.
You mean the things I already knew and was already
I think we weigh about the same now.
I have no idea. You wouldn't tell me when you weighed today.
Says the woman who was stuffing multiple hamburgers in her face one night.
Yes. I had not eaten much else that day, though.
Oh, and that gives you the excuse to binge.
Also because they're cheap and I was hungry. I'm not saying it's a common occurrence.
I beg to differ. I seem to have remembered this happening multiple times with different food groups. Tacos, burgers, pancakes.
I normally only eat maybe 3 tacos, and they're tiny tacos.
Nope, here come the excuses. Oh, well, you see, it's different because I do this thing with the stuff in the guy.
And 2 pancakes.
I'm just giving
depends on what we bought for burgers.
Well, she's lucky she can eat 2 pancakes. I can't eat more than 1 pancake.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's actually great.
Mm-hmm.
I usually eat 2 or 3 at a time.
Actually, I didn't even finish with.
Well, see, it depends on the size. Because, I'm going off of, the standard, 12 to 14-inch pancake.
Oh, no. I don't make those that big. Mine are more the small, thick kind.
Oh, well, yeah, then you could eat up to 5 and it'd be the same as eating 1. See, when we make them, we make the big, 12-inch skillet pancakes.
No.
So I'm saying I'm eating 2 of those.
The only breakfast food that I've really found that I can eat a lot of is, French toast.
The what?
French toast.
Oh, well, yeah, everybody can eat a lot of French toast. It's
French
like
toast?
scrambled eggs.
French toast is so yummy.
Scrambled eggs and toast, dude. I can just scarf it.
I feel kind of bad because last time the hubby made French toast, he was trying to make me feel better, but it was because my back was hurting so bad, and the pills were taking forever to kick in, and I could only stand to eat one because of the back pain.
Aww.
It was so sweet, but so sad at the same time.
Kiki's a broken down.
So I bloody love his French toast.
I still don't think I've had his French toast.
Well, normally he only makes it for like special occasions, like our anniversary or my birthday breakfast.
Aww.
So
If I bought you a bag of like cut bread, what do you make me some?
Good lord.
I use regular bread.
And that's the
But I like
secret.
thick ones.
trust me, you don't need them to be thick.
I like how he just, like, after 2 hours, he just randomly pipes in.
Well, you heard him sneeze easier. You just didn't realize it was him.
No, I didn't. I thought it was one of you.
I think he just realized that he said something on the recording.
Is it my thick comment?
And the fact that she kept egging it on.
Oh god, I just realized that.
Well, sweetie, it's hard to be part of the conversation when you can only hear one half of it.
Lord. But no, legitimately, Grieve, just keep that in mind. Anytime you're going to eat half as much as you think you should. You'd be really surprised at how fast the weight comes off even without exercise.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just like destined to be a blob.
You're not a blob.
It's all about willpower. Legitimately, it is.
Mom. You've seen members of my family. It's my destiny to be a blob.
To have the exact same eating habits and lifestyle as them.
Pretty much, actually.
Because I'll admit you might not be like six. You might not have abs of steel, but that's not really a marker of health. That's a vanity thing.
Yeah, that's a super vanity thing. No, I don't want to like wear a size 2, but it would be nice to like not.
I don't think your hips would allow you to wear a size 2 based on bone structure.
I know, right? It would be.
I'm sorry, the lowest you're going to get into is a size 5. I'm just making a
You
guess.
have to ruin it. I was gonna say I'd be okay with the lower double digits instead of the higher double digits.
It's making a joke. Besides, I think you wear smaller pants than I do now.
I had to buy an 18.
Oh no, you poor thing. 18s are not terrible. That's what I wear.
You just
What is that in men's?
I actually, it depends on the brand, but I have no idea. Is there like a converter for like general?
I'm going to look.
Okay, you look for that. And I would say like a lot of women who are, not actually overweight probably wear around in the 18 range. There's nothing wrong with 18. No.
Okay.
Heaven forbid you have an ass.
Yeah,
You guys wear the same pant size I do, because it's roughly a size 18 is roughly equivalent to a 38 waist in men's.
Now I know what I wear in men's.
You have to take into account foot difference too.
Yeah.
I would probably have
and men need more in the front because of junk.
I tend to wear like a 40, 42, depending.
Yeah, no, I didn't have to get 18s because I have curves. That was my excuse. I'll just say it the way you said it then. I did not have to get pants because of my ass. I had to get 18s because of my thighs.
Well, to be fair, I swear they're cutting legs skinnier and skinnier.
Giant thunder thighs.
Those are not thunder thighs. Chung-Li has thunder thighs, and they're all muscle.
Don't feel bad. I have to get lax fit because that like the standard fit jeans are crazy. They're made for like petite women, even in the men's. I'm like, dude, I don't have I'm not muscular, but like my legs don't fit into standard size non-relaxed fit jeans on men's. I'm like, no, these don't work. They're squeezing off circulation in my lower extremities.
He needed the bit of plastic because he assumed I was going to murder you and there's blood everywhere.
Why
not
would you
know-
murder me? 'Cause
For
I
not
don't know
knowing who the fuck Chun-Li is.
Who is Chun-Li?
Oh my god, she doesn't know who Chun-Li is?
I probably do, but I just don't know. Oh, the character Chun-Li. Okay. You didn't say the character. You were talking about, like, the...
Underthought. I said Street Fighter, bitch.
I didn't hear you say Street Fighter. Oh my god! You could have just said the Chinese chick from Street Fighter.
I'm sorry. What other Chun-Li would I be referencing?
I have absolutely no idea. Except remember, I am a video game idiot.
Ah, Chun-Li's only my jam.
Good god.
See, this is why nobody likes me.
No, that's why no one likes you.
Because
See,
my
what-
face? She pointed at my face.
I was talking about your statement. I will strangle you.
See, what really scares me is that this time last year, I barely fit into a 44 size waist, and now I just barely fit into a 38, so I'm hoping that this time next year I'm barely going to fit into like a 34 or a 32.
Congratulations.
It's like,
I'm gonna throw something at
well,
him.
what do you want your thighs to look like?
Not like that, obviously. Although, I don't know, she's pretty good looking. I mean, other than the gigantic thighs, it's like, you know... And she's actually, technically, I mean, she's pretty proportional except for the fact that her legs are super overdeveloped.
Well, that's because for most of her moves are leg based.
Okay.
So
You
Yeah.
you
That's
want
where
a
all
character
hers-
that I want to look like?
that's where her strength comes from.
You want a character? Tifa.
You mean you want Popeye arms? Because it depends on which artist is rendering Tifa. Because she is just a tiny chibi polygon with Popeye arms. Or do you mean from the movie?
From the movie.
Because I would say that's a terrible representation of Tifa because she was not muscular enough to warrant it. I'm sorry, she's essentially a monk. How is she a skinny bitch? Also, Tifa has like the almost impossible for most people thigh gap.
Does she?
Yes, I think in like one shot in the movie you could see it. I don't remember.
See, I thought she was pretty on target for...
I'm not saying the movie was terrible because she was still like you could see her muscles. I just felt she was maybe too tiny for how much of a power pusher she's supposed to be. But that's more
Well,
of an Asian ideal than anything else.
Well, she's not a weightlifter, so she's muscular, but she's lithe. Like, she's got like, I don't know what you would call it, like a runner's build actually, instead of
Yeah.
like she's built like soldiers should be built, like not overly.
Not movie soldiers.
What now?
Not movie soldiers.
Yeah, not Arnold
Actual
Schwarzenegger type
soldiers.
shit.
Like,
Like if you ever look at like actual like soldiers, like real world soldiers in average frontline combat, they're not big guys. They're pretty thin, and they're muscular, but it's not like it's balanced. It's not like overtly. I mean, there are guys that are built like that, but they're usually doing shit like, you know, they're tankers or engineers or some shit.
yeah, or they hit the genetic jackpot. One or the
There's
other.
that too.
Yeah.
I always wondered how Tifa moved around with tits that big. Like, I imagine that'd be a horrible backache.
Because they're not real tits. Clearly, they're animated tits. They don't have to make sense.
Well, they're not nearly as big in like the modern.
In the movie, well, because I think they realized that it had to make at least some stylistic sense. They were still, you know, pretty decent set of movies there, but most of us were going off the low polygon and some of the official art, which was ginormous, but it was much more cartoony style there.
I mean, here's the newest. This is from the new Dissidia, or the last Dissidia game.
Yeah, which goes more off the movie.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely nothing to sneeze at, but they're not nearly as big as they are in the original illustrations. I like how much they changed Ares or Aerith's design in the movie from the original cut to the director's cut.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember what they changed, but there's like they do that one when they finally reveal her face at the end. You're just like, whoa, they changed a lot.
What?
You're gonna hit me.
No, why? Why would I hit you? I already strangled you. What?
Actually, that's probably a good change in hindsight.
Here, I'll give you a hug. Come on.
You're gonna rip out my spine.
No, I'm not. That'd be too messy. I'm still trying to clean the bedroom. Yes.
Everything is a horrible mess. I blame Kiki.
Well, I rearranged the closet while trying to clean the bedroom, so I got the closet done.
Now I'm hungry. We kept
Don't
talking
eat.
about food. Now I'm hungry.
Drink water.
I don't have any water.
Actually, yeah, our drinks are empty.
Poor people.
I guess
That's why I have it.
I had
What?
a glass of wine.
Well, good for you. Let me know how that works out for you, Blobzilla.
What did you call me? What did you call me?
I called you Blobzilla, woman.
Why?
Because you were calling yourself Blobzilla?
No,
I'm simply calling something by what it sees itself as.
thank you.
What? I'm only saying it because it's true.
Yeah,
What?
I saw a really, really fat person dressed as Tifa.
Good
Oh, God.
Uh,
I thought the one girl I saw was 400 pounds was wearing a plug suit. I'm just like, no. No.
I dressed as Tifa once.
it's not that hard of a cosplay.
The little tiny white tank top with the
Yeah.
suspenders and the little tiny black skirt and the boots. I did it. That was awesome. I have a picture.
When I'm old and gray, I want to pretend that I'm Hio Miyazaki.
Yeah.
Really?
Why not?
He has it's not a hard wardrobe change.
Dude, all I needed was a brown trench coat and I was Silent Bob.
Mm-hmm.
But the glasses, I'm just Kevin Smith.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask that question.
What?
It's okay that you don't know who Kevin Smith is.
Oh, he's a director from New Jersey. We'll leave it at that.
I could believe the Silent Bob thing.
So
If you know who Silent Bob is, you know who Kevin Smith is. It's the same guy.
he directed those movies.
Oh.
Kevin Smith is the director and the actor who plays Silent Bob. His best friend Jason Mewes is Jay.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know his real name, so.
That's okay.
I was surprised to find out that the guy who gets high in the back of the car in Super Troopers is married to Christina Hendricks. I was like, wow, somebody really. All I could think of was the line from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So why you and him? What can I say? It makes me laugh. Still my favorite.
There was a guy in the back of the car and he was getting high. He was
Hey,
who?
He's the guy. Have you ever seen Super Troopers?
Once.
Do you remember at the beginning when the guys are getting pulled over and they tell their buddy in the back to eat all the drugs? And he's he's freaking out. He's like, candy bars! The snozzberries taste like snozzberries. That kind of goofy looking kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's married to her.
To who?
1 second.
I kind of zoned out and didn't hear half the conversation.
Well, that's your own fault.
Yeah, but that's why I'm asking.
Give me 1 second. I gotta find the picture of the two of them together. It's hilarious. Jeffrey Arend. Here.
Yay! The snozzberries taste like snozzberries. Oh my god.
Do you get what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
Although he looks pretty nice in that suit.
Yeah, he does.
He's actually not god awful ugly. I just think it's one of those things where it's like obviously this wasn't a marriage of looks. He had something going for him. So I immediately just went to the Roger Rabbit. What can I say? Makes me laugh.
Yeah. Cool.
I always thought that was funny because I never put two and two together. I'm like, who is this guy? My buddy's like, he's the dude from Super Troopers who gets high in the back of the car. I'm like, candy bars. We love that movie because we had a group of buddies that ended up going into the state troopers, and so that movie has so much like personal connection from when we were in high school watching it.
I never saw it in high school.
Well, because you had already graduated when it came out, I'm guessing.
I'm the oldest person in this conversation.
You are the oldest person in this conversation. Remember, you can't remember me.
I hate you people.
You're only a year older than me, and you're not that old.
I keep on like talking to people who are younger than me, though.
That's what happens. They get old enough to join the workforce and do so.
I made a friend that's 10 years younger than me.
So?
10 years.
I've been chatting with the same person since he was like 13.
Who was that? Ninja?
No, Yalbaro.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
He's in his 20s now.
Shit, I remember when you were, like, when I first joined PvP Online, and, like, you were just some random person, but I thought the screen name was so interesting that I kept bugging you.
Yeah.
I think I joined the room, like, 6 years ago when I was, like, I just turned 20.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Oh, so you're not that much younger than us.
No, he's not like a baby.
No, I'm 26.
Yeah.
I graduated high school in 2005.
It wasn't that long ago.
The movie came out in 2001. What do you want from me?
I was still in high school.
Yeah, I was giving you shit. It was a joke.
I don't understand things. Things go over my head.
Stop pulling on the cord.
You're not gonna invite me anymore now, are you?
No, I am.
You're way too much fun to have around. We can't not invite you.
You are an easy way to keep the conversation going by having to either explain or adding more to it.
Thanks.
I said you added to it.
We want to laugh. Invite the village idiot.
No, if we really want to have fun, we just invite little Cogson. And then she's so, like, god-awful shy that we have...
Oh, dude, we should have her on and Green on.
Oh my god, she wants to come back on. I will message her tomorrow.
Totally set that up. She is adorable.
Oh, she's a riot. She was on Hal Forum saying she doesn't know if she wants to be social on the internet anymore because she got a whole bunch of really nasty comments about her cosplay. And I was like, Cogs, don't go. You're way too much fun to have around. If nothing else, let me talk to you on Twitter. I'll totally harass you all the time. I was like, please don't go all radio. She's like, maybe I need to just go radio silent for a while. I'm like, don't do that. At least, you don't want to talk to anybody else. That's fine. I understand. You can take all your pictures off. That's cool. But don't stop talking to us because you're just so much fun. And there's so few people with a sense of humor who don't immediately think I'm some sort of freak that it's just like, don't go. Who will I talk to? Everyone thinks I'm a weirdo.
That was part 4. Stay on for more Gamatron fun with part 5. You are now listening to part 5, you bastard.
That's why I talk to you. Everybody else thinks I'm weird.
And yet you're the weirdo of the group.
I am the weirdo of the group, aren't I?
By statistics, yes. You are not the norm of the group, therefore you are the odd person out, which makes you weird.
It's because I don't like video games.
To be fair, it's
I'm
mostly
not that smart.
You mostly don't like playing, and some watching a video is boring. But if I had like we used to play Silent Hill together, and that was fun.
I didn't play Silent Hill.
Okay, you didn't play it, but you would be in the room watching.
Well, you can always do my favorite one. Is when you're sitting around a room with 4 people, you go, 1 in 4 people is gay. Look around. If no one else is fabulous, then it must be you.
You don't have to play video games to like them. It's just...
Dude, I'm watching...
I like making comments and asking questions.
There's just nothing wrong with that.
I'm watching H.C. Bailey play through Final Fantasy VII because I just can't be arsed to even start it.
That's why I love Let's Plays, because it lets me either watch a game that I haven't seen forever and don't have the wherewithal to play again myself, or a game I have no access to because I don't own the console, or something that I do have access to but I don't want to fucking play it for either control reasons or whatnot. But the person playing it is fucking hilarious, so I'll watch them play it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I will never play Skyrim again. I don't care how much they fixed or anything. I won't touch it again, but I've been watching Sips play it, and it is fucking
well, Sips is funny. I don't even get it. People are like, Sips is dumb. I'm like, I love Sips and Shin. They're like my two favorite people other than Lewis and Simon.
Mm-hmm. They've been doing a lot of big group videos, and it's awesome. Like the Terminator minigame in Minecraft they just released. Who does my dad watch? He watches a lot of different people.
Yeah, but the one that sticks out in my head is something crab.
Oh, Deceased Crab?
Yeah.
Yes.
Deceased Crab is amazing.
Also another good one.
That's what my guy watches a lot.
The whole reason I like him is he did La Mulana, which is like one of the strangest games on the planet. I can't think of what else he did that I really liked. He did another game, and I was like, awesome. What was he just doing? He just finished an LP not long ago. I gotta go look and see what he just did.
Go get something to drink.
What's nice about Deceased Crab is he's not super active, but when he is, it's awesome. Like, he picks fun stuff to play. Oh yeah, he was playing the new Knit Underground game.
Actually, just ice and water. Okay. I think I'm getting a bit of a sugar headache. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I know it had a lot of sugar in it.
What did you do before Knit Underground? Oh, I was doing the remake of La Mulana. What was before that?
I'm so happy that the Premonition Kickstarter worked.
Yeah?
It is a crazy-ass game that I would love a high-res, slightly fixed version of.
Oh yeah, a Bobo's Big Adventure. No, what I was really interested in is it Sente Filmworks? Somebody's, like, one of the big anime dubbing licensing companies is looking to get into the dating sims. Or visual novels, sorry.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. Or maybe it was NIS America. One of the ones that has a lot of money was like, yeah, we should totally do that, branch out.
I don't remember seeing that on my newsfeed, but I might have just skipped over it.
Well, it's not happening yet, but they're looking into, one of the big companies is looking into it as a possible way to, what's what I'm looking for, spread out.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of those can be licensed for, like, basically no money.
Mm-hmm. There are some really great ones out there.
I mean, look at that one. What is it? That one that takes place in that. It's that one with all the disabled kids.
Oh, the one 4chan made?
Yeah.
I'm gonna butcher it.
We know what each other are talking about.
Katawa Sojo.
Yes.
Yeah, that is. Oh my god, that is such an awesome game. Seriously, especially because it has a non-pornographic mode.
Yes.
It's so well done, and I love all the because I've completed it full. Like, every story is just perfect, even the bad ones. Bad endings, that is. Not that it's bad.
You got the bad endings too?
Well, I try to get every ending. I'm one of those.
Good job.
Yeah, I need all the pictures and all the CDs and whatnot. Because in a lot of them, it means you get different parts of the story, or you get, and I want to read all of it.
You want to know all the twists and turns.
Mm-hmm. I should probably be playing more. But yeah, it's wonderful. And I think it's still free, so go play that if you're into those things. And if you're not, that's okay too. Pardon.
Wow. That was manly.
Oh yeah. Puts hair in your chest and such.
Yeah, I started, just on a side note, obviously, I started rewatching or continued watching Armored Troopers Votom, which has been really interesting. I'm not done yet, but I'm making progress.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Proto Gundam.
Eventually we have to, sit down and watch anime together. It's just not easy sometimes scheduling that.
Well, there's been a couple days in the last week where we've both been on at the same time. It's just I never think to turn it on.
We will have to start to do that more often.
Yeah, I just got the Black Lagoon OVA in this week, so supposedly tomorrow when my buddy comes over, we're gonna start watching that again. So that'll be interesting.
I don't understand your sign language. Just use words.
What you guys were talking about? Me too.
Yes, if you're available, you can join me in the anime watching fun.
Yay!
You just have to be over here to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't have, what is it, Skype Gold or whatever?
She doesn't have internet anyway.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, she is currently sans internet. Hello, Trooper. Super Trooper. Here to annoy the day.
I know Skype Premium is only $5 a month. That's not too bad.
Stretch, screechy, stretch. Crazy cat there everywhere now. Stop playing with your eyes.
You're not my mother. You can't tell me what to do.
And stop calling your mother. Or, what does this Mother's Day card mean? Am I not your mother or not?
Oh God, we got PG the cutest Mother's Day card for Mother's Day.
Let's see if I can find it.
It says "Keep calm and mom on."
Lord.
I knew she'd love it.
And a picture of the card?
Or does it say mom on?
No, it says mom. I can't find a picture of my actual card.
There's so many different kinds.
Dude, the keep calm thing was really big, and now it's still kind of big.
Well, yeah, for Father's Day, we got my dad one that says, keep calm and call your mom. Or was it ask your mom?
It's probably
Ask. It was keep calm and ask your mom.
Okay. So, or do you have more to talk about?
Well, I was just going to ask, if I was the only person that's like this, what is it about other people buying school supplies that makes me want to buy school supplies? Specifically,
I have no idea.
Makes me want to buy crayons.
It's probably hitting that nostalgic nerve center.
Well, because when was the last time that I sat down with a coloring book and crayons and colored something?
Probably not a long while. I have crayons. We would like to play with them.
I would love to just have some pages to color and just sit there and just color pictures. It would be awesome.
Why are you sending me images of dogs wearing stuff?
Because I think it's adorable. Here's one that's more applicable to your tastes.
Yeah, I've already seen this image. My Tumblr feed was full of underwear and this today, pretty much.
I'm still excited for the new anime. I can't wait to see what they do with it.
I have this horrible, horrible feeling that it's going to be the same as the old one. Just different voice actors and shinier.
No. They'll be.
It probably wouldn't be the same storyline because the first half of R they made up because they needed full time.
Yeah.
Or they got the next story stuff.
To be fair, Usagi's voice actress is still active, so they could have the same voice actors.
There is a rumor that Usagi and Mamoru might replay their roles because they kind of hinted at it in a tweet.
But these are the Japanese voice actors?
Yeah.
Well, not the English.
Okay, I was okay with them.
We have no official dubbing thing. We only have people want to.
We can only pray to God that when it eventually comes up for American licensing, that either Funimation or Sentai Filmworks gets it. Most likely Funimation, because they're most likely to give it a good dub.
Speaking of, since you sent me the image of the musical, this is the first time that Queen Serenity has actually appeared in the musical. Most of the time she's just a disembodied voice.
Yeah.
This is also the first all-female cast, but that's not a big thing in Japan, actually.
Yeah, no, those, what do they call them, something reviews are pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
Who's rubbing his nose on my pants?
Who's leaving his pheromones?
Oh god, my cats are gonna rip my pants.
You know, like
apart.
your cats do when you molest the fuck out of my shoes. But yeah, once again, I'm quite happy with the costumes and the choices in the musical.
I'm just never gonna watch the musical.
That's okay, I will.
Good, you can watch the musical.
Alright then.
It's like the one musical I don't want to watch.
We're in agreement. A lot of people are saying that they hope that the new anime looks more like the manga, which I don't. Because they are... not that her artwork isn't beautiful, but they are very twiggy, and I feel would look weird animated.
Yeah.
Especially with their kind of spider-like fingers. Not spider... no, spider leg-like fingers, really. How everything comes to a hard...
Yeah, I was gonna say they're usually like really pointy.
I hope they you know... In the end, it's going to be its own thing, because that's what the track record tells me anyway, but I hope they have more of what was in the manga, but not so much, because in the anime she only ever reaches Eternal, and she's the only one that does it, because in the manga they all do it, and she is Sailor Cosmos, so they don't really bring that up in the anime.
How is Sailor Moon Sailor Cosmo?
Cosmos, because she just keeps going up. I don't think it actually explains, we just see her, like it's another future self thing.
Okay.
Yeah. In the manga,
so in the future, she's not only Sailor Cosmos, she's Neo Queen
no, that's
Serenity.
before Queen Serenity.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because apparently she no longer transforms, so she does that.
Okay, so
and according to the manga, she becomes Neo Queen Serenity at like 22. So
That's saying something. That's really young, actually.
yeah.
Wow.
That's also why she looks like a really young adult, and she stops aging when she hits that.
She really is a really young adult.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the whole manga starts when she's like 14.
Yeah, and then she hits eternal form at 16. So apparently we're just missing stories where she keeps going up.
So, okay. So then if she is...
They never explain how she, other than the fact that she does become queen, how exactly she takes actual ruling over stuff. Like,
I don't think she actually does it.
No, some calamity happens, which is why we get Crystal Tokyo, because that's the fixed world. She fixed it that way. That's why there are crystals everywhere. But it doesn't explain
because
exactly.
She's an internal child.
Well, they don't. It's never explained exactly what happens nor why that was the solution to it. Just that's what happened.
She probably just thought it was pretty.
To be fair, we don't really need that story because for us the story ends, after Galaxia, and the rest is just the future that might happen. Or
yeah, because it can still be helpful.
Because technically we're seeing an alternative universe when we look back. Look back to the future. But
I don't know. I think when we're running to a different outfit.
And he'll always be Tuxedo Mask.
She has so many different transformations.
He's a guy. He gets to in that show anyway.
He gets the tux. He gets the suit,
and
that's about it.
Well, he has his king form as well. That you've seen the king form.
Okay, wait. 3 forms: tux, his armor,
yes, which is his prince form.
And his suit, which is his king form.
Yes.
So he gets 3 outfits.
Yep.
3 different levels of being. Now let's count Usagi's.
Are we counting?
I don't think we can.
Are we counting the manga form and the forms we are told about that happen later in her life that we never actually get to see?
What, you mean she has unseen forms that are described?
Well, we see them, but we don't know how she came about them, nor if there was anything in between, because I don't think it actually explains how the fuck she becomes Sailor Cosmos, other than she does.
she becomes way too powerful to be Sailor Moon.
Like, I think a lot of us just assume that that's her last form before she goes like, bitch, I'm queen now.
I'm guessing she takes the whole queen form right before she marry, or probably right after she marries. What's his face?
Mamara.
Thank you.
It's the girls that remember his name.
Momo-chan.
Well, to be fair, I only actually know Sailor Moon's Japanese name. The rest of them I have no clue.
It depends on how deep character-wise we're going.
Yeah, because I know most of their names, I just can't pronounce most of them. Like how she pointed out that
Okay, continue.
what was I saying?
You were saying
Okay,
Ray is just Ray.
there's Ame,
Ray.
and then Ray's just Ray.
Ame.
Ami.
It's actually Ami.
Yeah.
It's Ami, Ray, and then one of them is
Makoto.
Misako.
Minako.
Makoto. Minako.
Yeah, that's right, Minako. Sorry. I always get the
Mature, Haruka,
Haruka.
and Hotaru.
Michiru, or never say this right. It's
Reading that from
Hotaru, Mature,
Haru, that's right.
Setsuna.
How do you just remember their names?
Because I know the show better than you.
Yeah, she knows it backwards and forwards.
And then Chibiusa.
I like that you have Artemis, Luna, and Diana.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who come from, in the manga, it explains it, but they come from the planet Mao.
Wow.
Mao. M-A-U. I might be saying it wrong. It might be like meow or something, because they're cats. Because, you haven't seen, like, Stars enough to know, I don't know. Do you remember
I never watched Stars.
Okay, the villains?
You know what I did with Stars? I watched the episode.
Did you watch, like, the last 2 episodes?
Yeah, I watched, like, the last 2 episodes.
Okay, I hate you.
So I don't, like, well, because I was just done with the whole
The
thing.
bad guys in this are other Sailor Scouts from different parts of the world.
And apparently one of them falls in love with Usagi, which pisses me off.
Okay, that's not a bad guy. And that only happens in the anime because it can't disconnect from the guy disguise because they're still not actually guys. In the manga, that doesn't happen.
Oh.
Although, in the manga, she helps Usagi's denial that Mimoro died in front of her fucking face by writing fake letters. Yeah.
So hate her.
Yeah, anyway. You're not supposed to hate her, but there are...
How do you pronounce her mother's name? Ukuku?
Her whose mother? I'm sorry.
Usagi.
Her Earth mother?
Yeah, her actual, like, Earth mother. Oh, God. Tsukino is her last name.
What the fuck is it? Does this not have... Where is her... This is so unhelpful. No, I won't. That's right, I was at the wrong wiki. But, no, Sailor Teneko is one of the bad guys, and she's also from Mao.
At least her dad's name is he Kenji?
Mm-hmm. Trooper, no.
Shingo, her little brother.
Uh-huh.
The Mizuno family, Amy's family. Seiko, Amy's father who has no name because he's not fucking stated.
Aikuko? I'm not 100% sure how to say it. You don't hear it often.
Yeah. She probably just calls her, she just calls her mom most of the time.
And you don't see much of the dad and most
It just looks like Aikuko.
It might just be Aikuko. But it might be Aikuko or something. I don't know. But in the manga form, the cats actually have human form because the people of Mao apparently have both cat and human forms. But it doesn't explain why the cats are never in human form. So.
Wow! Yeah, that's not even close. Holy shit. Ikuko.
Ikuko, okay.
Yeah, I never put the pronunciations in the right, like the strengths and the I don't pronounce the parts of it correctly. Side characters.
What's our friend's name?
Naru?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Naru.
Phobos and Deimos, Pegasus and Helios.
Pegasus and Helios are the same person.
Yeah. Sailor Starlights. Those are the
Starlights.
Chibi.
Starlights.
Sailor Cosmos. Fireball Princess. Guardian Cosmos. Funny stuff. I really wish they would re-release Sailor Moon like the original. I know it's never going to happen, but I still wish for it. Do you know how much the actual the actual American license releases are going for right now per season?
No.
Well over $200.
Damn.
A while back, he was heavily considering buying them.
I'm still heavily considering it. It's just that I've got so much other stuff on order that I can't justify dropping that kind of money on one release that honestly isn't going anywhere. And it's highly likely that really I should wait, because depending on how the new series does will tell me if it's going to get relicensed cheaply or expensively. Because if the new season does really well when it comes out, then it's going to it's not going to get relicensed because it's going to be super expensive to get the license. If it bombs like a motherfucker, then I'll be able to get it easy because the license will be super cheap for somebody to pick up.
I hope it does good. I hope it is good. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good.
Well, I think Dragon Ball Z Kai has shown us that it doesn't always work out the way we hope it will.
Just hopefully, because I don't know where I'm going with this, but hopefully there'll be less kind of pointless filler episodes.
I want more background information.
I just want an English dub. After that, I don't care what they do.
Seriously, though, you haven't actually watched Stars?
No, I haven't actually watched Stars. I skipped.
Oh, they put the teaser trailer up for Sherlock Series 3.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I don't care enough.
Mustache power.
She looks like she's gonna strangle me again.
For not watching Stars?
I didn't. You know what? I have no reasonable explanation. I listened to what other people had to say about it, and went, I don't want to watch that. And
it's where Usagi finally realizes that she doesn't need to be a soldier, nor is she. She's Usagi. She wants everyone to fucking live. Because for one, she's just not fighting random monsters or possessed people. She's fighting other actual semi-sane people who want to harm her for pretty logical reasons.
Okay, so the number one reason why I didn't want to watch it is because Moro dies, and I was told that Usagi has an affair. So I don't want it.
It's not an affair. It's she doesn't know he's dead, and she has mixed emotions about another person, but nothing comes of it. And then there's Chibi Chibi.
There's Chibi Chibi.
Bum bum bum.
Who confuses the hell out of me.
Okay, Chibi Chibi is confusing because she's a bit different in the anime and than she's in the manga, because in the manga, she is also just another form of Usagi. But in the anime, she's more connected to, the whole Galaxia thing. But
yeah, she's Galaxia.
She's not, she's not an offspring of Usagi. She's just played up as if she might be one.
Yeah, and every time somebody has pictures, it's the three of them. Chibi Chibi is one of her children.
The male form of Seiya does kind of take over that role, but not in a strictly romantic sense. While Seiya does have emotions towards Usagi, it's kind of more of while it's sort of love, it's more in the end you realize it's more of a similar love that she has towards her own princess. She sees the light and the hope in her.
Mm-hmm.
It all seems like shenanigans to me.
Shenanigans!
I swear to God, the next person who says shenanigans is getting pistol whipped. Hey, Farmer, what's that place like with all the weird shit on the wall? Oh, shenanigans? Oh! Put it away, you jackasses.
And besides, when you want to watch a season where someone's attack is Star Gentle Uterus,
Does it really say that?
yeah, that's her attack, Star Gentle Uterus. That's Star Maker's attack, I want to say, or Star Healer's.
That's wrong. That's just terrible.
Is it Star Maker or Healer?
And I'm sorry. That's the stars' names.
Star Fighter, Star Maker, Star Healer.
Okay.
He's actually not in a physical form, but a spiritual entity guarding the Crystal Palace where his real body sleeps. Crazy.
Okay, it's Maker, not Healer. Because Healer's is Sensitive Inferno.
Sensitive Inferno.
Fighter is Star Sirius Laser.
Star Sirius Laser.
Okay, do you remember what Usagi's attack is in the stars? It's like Starlight Honeymoon Therapy Kiss.
Which makes more sense than uterus.
She started, especially in the manga, sometimes weird word associations really started to happen.
This is really funny.
Categorized attacks.
They talk about how when Sailor Moon becomes Neo Queen Serenity, she's supposed to be this like beautiful, mature, powerful, wise, being. But they find after talking to Chibiusa that she's really quite the same person. Her letter contains almost all simplistic lettering and contains no kanji.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Usagi writes.
And that Diana confirms what Chibiusa said, that sometimes she played sick to get out of things.
No. There's a cute story that's like expanded on that both her and Mama would occasionally play sick. And it's assumed that it's to spend time together.
Well, yeah, she's running at this point, an entire planet.
I think Diana at one point might say that, she kind of hints that one of their plane 6 led to Chibiusa. I don't remember the line.
What?
I don't remember
She played sick and then went and screwed with.
Yeah, because I don't know exactly how old she is when Chibiusa is conceived, but it's not because Chibiusa is 900 when you first meet her, and Queen Serenity is getting close to 1,000 years old. So you can kind of do a bit of math and assume that either she had a really long pregnancy or it took quite a while to conceive Chibiusa. But she becomes
Let's see if we can figure it out here. Hang on.
She becomes Neo Queen at 22. So one of those playing sick times probably led to the conception of Chibiusa.
Okay. Princess is Princess Serenity, which when she was the daughter of Queen Serenity. Was Princess Sailor Moon, possessed by the spirit of her former self.
Chibiusa.
It is stated in its concern after warding off a second ice age. A second ice age? We're already on the 5th.
Alternative universe where magic works, okay, guy?
No, you don't understand.
No, I'm not saying you're not right. I'm just saying that this is a world where humanoid beings exist everywhere and magic is a real fucking thing.
Yes, but we'd still be on the 5th fucking ice age. It's a cycle.
True, but still.
Even if there were beings on the fucking planet, we'd still have fucking ice ages. It has to do with our position relative to the sun and our orbit.
Yeah, he doesn't get that this is a made-up story, right?
No, that's just one of those things he can't get past.
It's like when physics don't come into play in fantasy. They're like, and he fell from 300 feet and survived absolutely fine. I'm like, and all the bones in his body were crushed. Not to mention that he just fucking splattered his fucking brain on the inside front of his goddamn brain case. Whatever, right? It's magic. They don't fucking say. Cocksucker.
Do they have any children besides?
In Parallel Moon, which is an offshoot story that is not, I don't think is part of the main canon, she has a younger sister, Koi Sagi.
Koi?
Do they have a... Remember, this is a parallel, yeah, Koi Sagi. But in the actual main storyline, I don't believe they have any other children.
Why would that be her last name, though?
This is a parallel thing, I don't know why.
Yeah, they were actually specifically very nondescript about like the timings behind everything.
Well, you leave yourself a little wiggle room for if you keep going.
You know, there's only 10,000 years in between, you know, when your mother was a girl and, you know, when she became, you know, Neo Queen Serenity, but whatever.
It's only 10,000 years.
No, it wasn't 10,000 years, like 1,000 years, but yeah. And that's how Sailor Moon works.
You mean
Good.
doesn't work?
Yeah.
So remember, guys, this is a story. The laws of reality don't work.
Exactly.
Literally on the second ice age, despite the fact that, you know, there were 2 or 3 before there were even living beings on the planet.
Clearly they mean like evil magic induced ice age, yes.
The whole aging thing is absolutely hilarious.
Their lack of aging or Chibiusa
Yeah,
aging?
Chibiusa specifically. Theirs is just whatever, but
Well, yeah. They reached God tier, so they slowed down or / stopped. But hers is a mixture of the mixing of the different species, really. And the silver crystal and the power thing. Her powers had to awaken for her to age properly.
exactly.
Even though when she hits her high tier, that will just stop again.
Yeah, I love being confused.
I like how most of the things she likes and dislikes are almost an exact clone of her mother's likes and dislikes.
She is a little clone of Usagi.
That's why they don't get along.
Even though they do.
Even though they do.
Yes.
They're more like sisters than mother and daughter, but that actually makes sense.
Because it's a younger version of Usagi. She hasn't actually birthed this thing out of her vagina. It's, you know, oh my god, this is my future child.
And
I
they're
raised a
exactly
little
alike.
shit.
Oh, I love they showed a very good example in one of the episodes in the anime of how much they are alike. They're both sleeping.
Oh, where they're both got the one leg swoon over and
Yeah, and
rolling out of the mouth.
she rolls this way, she rolls that way. She drools out of the side of her mouth. She drools out of the same side. It's adorable.
They are only prim and proper when it's required.
You get the distinct feeling that Usagi likes to basically just be a total goof off. Like even when she becomes Neo Queen Serenity, she's still just a massive goof.
That's kind of some of the charm of the character. That she has the ability to stand up and do the right thing, but at the same time, she's a goofball.
Yes.
It's like she'll fall on her ass, but she'll get up and keep fighting.
Hilarious.
I wonder what kind of movies and specials they'll do for the animes. The new anime.
I just love the picture of the three Chibi, her mom, and her dad in bed. That just cracks me up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that picture.
It's so sweet, isn't it?
It's so cute.
And then I'm guessing that's Diana the cat on his chest crashed out. A nice play on our heartstrings.
Mm-hmm. Very cute.
Yeah, I hope they don't go as creepy with the whole jealousy thing as they do in the manga.
Oh god, they probably will.
I really hope they don't. That's one of the good changes the anime did. Especially after she learned that this fucking kid is her daughter, but in the manga, she's still like as if Chibiusa is gonna fucking steal him away or something. Not only is this like physically a 7, 8, or 9-year-old, But fucking shit, you just saw that you two get married in the future and have
Yeah,
offspring.
this child is proof positive that you're going to get married, you're going to screw, and you're going to conceive a child together.
Yeah, but that future can still change.
By your future child. Because if she changes that, she doesn't exist anymore.
It's a time
That's
paradox.
That's actually one of the more heart-wrenching scenes in the anime, 'cause they were really good at those. When Chibiusa disappears from existence, when she comes back and tells her that the future is disappearing, and then she herself disappears.
You didn't love him enough. Look what happens.
Actually, doesn't the future start disappearing because
Because he died.
yeah.
She doesn't. I don't know. I don't remember if by then she finally figures that the fuck out. Because remember in the anime, she doesn't know. In the manga, she's playing dumb. Even though he died plenty of other times.
It's kind of like I always kind of liked how they did that. They did the same kind of thing with Tenchi, the Tenchi series, when they finally got to talking about Tenchi's dead mother, who, you know, they always talk about what a serious lady she was and how refined she was, and, you know, this, that, and the other thing. And his dad talks about how she was such a lady. And then you find out that she's a massive prankster. And you're like, wait, what? Yeah, that whole, like, Tenchi being super serious, that wasn't his mother that rubbed off from. That was his father when he was his age. Mm-hmm. His father's only a goofball because he was so saddened by the untimely death of his mother that he decided to be more silly in her honor and try to impart onto their son a sense of humor that he lacked as a child. Sorry, just an aside.
I forgot that in the English dub, his last name was Shields.
Who?
Mamura. His name was Darian Shields.
Yes, because
that was his fucking job.
Because he's her knight in shining armor. Okay, they were originally going to name Sakura Kinomoto to, I believe it was Ashley Avalon.
Yeah.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
The main character from Cardcaptor Sakura.
Oh, that's a terrible name.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and Tomoe became, God, she was something silly like Amy. Was like,
no,
that's what they were planning.
Oh, planning. Oh, I don't know.
No, they actually ended up calling Tomoe something different because they felt like no English child would understand why she'd have such a silly name like Tomoe. But they kept Sakura in. Like, she was Sakura Avalon instead of Sakura Kinomoto.
Maybe because they live in Japan.
And you know this because when she's roller skating down the street in the first 10 minutes of the first episode, she roller skates down a side street full of nothing but what? Cherry trees in full blossom. This is all very silly. Very silly.
I hope they go more, when they get to it, into the background of Naharinia, because she is connected to the Moon family, and I feel like they only vaguely reference that.
I don't remember them referencing that at all.
Yeah, exactly. She is like the mirror image of Queen Serenity in a literal sense.
What now?
Yeah, playing on the light side, dark side of the moon thing. Even though the manga says that they're not originally from the moon anyway, but still, she's Queen Serenity's other side, and she goes into their. She helps divulge like information about where the fuck they came from, but in the anime they kind of gloss over that. But that's because they don't talk about the Moon Kingdom a lot in the anime in general. So
just because I'm not sure if I should be impressed or horrified, I'm going to send you this.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm sorry, that child's eyes are red.
Because Chibiusa's eyes are red.
I feel like she's gonna jump out of the screen and murder me. That's really creepy.
How colorist of you.
That's cute. Yeah, if her eyes weren't blood red, that would be bloody adorable.
It's not her fault That's the color of the characters.
That's all I can look at.
How close it then?
That's all I can see. Bones horrified is correct.
No, it's not. That's adorable.
I'm always impressed when parents get their kids involved in cosplay. I'm just like, wow.
If I ever have any, I want to make mine a Moogle.
I've seen that done. It's actually quite adorable.
Mm-hmm.
The Moogle pajamas is usually how it ends up being. I'm not going to make my kids dress up because I'm not a freak.
I also wonder how far the internet goes. I suppose it depends on how well it goes.
Yeah.
What now?
I said I wonder how far it would go, like, if it's going to be more than, like, one season, but I suppose that depends on how well it goes.
We'll have to wait and see.
I hope it mainly because there's going to be a lot of people with, like, nostalgia glasses on and, you know, criticizing it for not being exactly like the old one. So I hope there's, like, new people that are like, oh, wow, what's this? This is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it'll get, at least in America, it'll get spread wide because of the way the fandom works now.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone will see it. It's not like the old days where it was all fan subs and shit. Now it will still be fan subs, but, you know, it took a lot longer to spread stuff around because the internet didn't really exist like it does now.
I think I'm still angry that you haven't seen Stars.
Why would you be angry about that? That just seems silly.
Okay, so you guys can keep on talking, but I have to get up in 4.5 hours.
No, we'll just call it here.
Yeah, actually, I need to go to bed since I have to go to work in the morning.
I thought you didn't have to go to work until the afternoon.
Yeah, well, my phone went off while we were talking, and I got a message that I gotta be in the morning. But I don't really care, because, you know, I only have to go in for 4 or 5 hours, so it's easy.
Oh, well, I have to go in for like 8 hours.
Well, I'm sorry. It's not my fault.
Nah, it's your fault. It's that adorable fish hat. It keeps me hanging on.
It's got mind control powers.
It does have mind control powers. Okay. I would have been gone like 2 hours ago, but
You mean
I kept on looking at fish hat.
All right, we should probably. Well, we got Kiki's got over 3 hours of stuff, so she'll have plenty to work with.
Yes, I will.
She's like, I hate you people.
I don't.
She could call it anytime she wants. She could have called it in the first half an hour. It would have been like, okay.
I would only be pissed if there was like 30 minutes of silence in there. Or for some fucking reason we sat here for 30 minutes and I went, oh!
Yeah, we should probably talk. That'd be good.
Aren't you glad I was here?
No, I hate you.
I know you hate me, but you're so glad I participated.
Go watch Stars.
Thank you once again for listening to the Super Happy Fun Gamatron Party with Kiki, Bone, and Breeze. This was episode 32, and I want the Gabamon peace out.
Good night.
Good night, Kiki.
Say your good night.
I don't want to say goodnight. Okay, goodnight.
Good night, John boy.
I'm hanging up now.
All right, we'll check you later.